Good evening, BSTV fans, and welcome to Lédenon. We are in France. Why have I got CTMP in there? Just give me a second. I obviously haven't corrected that. There we go. That should be it now. Let me do a bit of this. Don't want to do that. Save that. Do this.
And I was thinking we're doing so well with the really slick professional start to the
It's
show.
shocking, isn't it? There we go. So we are at Lédenon. We are in France. It's 42 degrees, which is very, very hot. I'm Pete Bingham, and joining me in the booth, because I know nothing about this track and he does, Sir Alan of Toon. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete. Good evening, folks. It's great to be here.
Yeah, are you well oiled?
I'm getting oilier by the minute, Pete.
Excellent. That's what we need. Apparently, Alan, there is some sort of sporting event on this evening, which has limited the numbers somewhat, but not in a dramatic manner. That's the wrong one.
What is it? The Rounders final?
Pretty much, yeah. Rounders or maybe Tiddlywinks. I'm not really sure, but we've still got 23 actually drivers logged into the session.
Fantastic.
Which is a full field from a few seasons ago.
Yes, and well, look at this beautiful countryside. This is a grand place to be.
Isn't it just? Let's go and find somebody to stare in awe at. Let's start with this man, Stephen Walker. He had a very good evening last time. In one of his races, at least. He had a bit of a nightmare in the first one and then bossed the second one. We had people running out of fuel last time out as well. And we're going to have to figure this track out, because I've never been here, but I think you have done some laps around Lédenon, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah? Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've done a number around them. As you can see, well, it's fantastic. I love it. I do think it's a fantastic circuit, but I've only ever gone around here in rear-wheel drive cars.
Oh, okay then.
And I think it's going to be a rather different experience. As you can see, there's an awful lot of really juicy corners and gradient shifts.
Yeah.
And these front-wheel drive cars are going to, I think they should enjoy this a great deal.
Yeah, I think so as well. Some people don't like it on the chat, as in on the Discord chat. Some people do. So lots of elevation change, like you say. I think this one's going to be a very interesting proposal. Let's just very quickly, and I mean very quickly, because I was a little bit late starting. Pete needed a wee. Let's have a look at the pro standings. So Spencer McCarthy not here yet, famous for turning up in the last minute, but I think he's one that will watch the football. 905 points without a drop score. We're on the left-hand scores. He is head and shoulders above his own sister teammate this season, Sam Blees, in the other version of geodesic racing. Hydro Race geodesic racing, I should say. And then Stephen Walker, who is here tonight on 776. So, in theory, as long as he doesn't have a nightmare of a night, he should haul the mail and get on terms with the Geo boys. Simon Trendle is here tonight, and he's in fourth. And Pete Newman is very much here tonight, second fastest in practice at the minute. And he's in fifth, Alan. So that top five, due to change, I think.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised. Spencer clearly can afford to drop a few points because he's got a commanding lead there, but he's just been so consistently good, hasn't he?
He's been excellent. He has been pretty much exactly how you want to start a defence of your title. He's managed it this season. Very, very good. Right, let's have a look at Pro-Am. So we have Martin Shirley at the top of the pile. Is Martin here this evening? I don't think he is. I think he's watching the football. But Christopher Smith is here. So he will be making hay while the sun proverbially shines. He's only 40 points behind already, so that was almost definitely going to change. Daniel Mills is here in third, 639, just 2 points short of second place. You can't get tighter than that. That's tighter, tighter than a submarine door. Tighter than a submarine door.
Driving brilliantly. They've been great since they've come to the league. They've given me a lot of pleasure watching them drive around there, doing really well.
Absolutely. Then Rene Earhart, who had a really rough race on one of them, and his total points demonstrate it. His points with drop score show that he is super fast and just as fast as the other guys around him. And then your captain, Carl
yes,
Hardy,
my
fifth.
skipper,
what's that?
top five.
I know.
Top five. I'm disappointed for him because I'd like to see him obviously in the top three. I'd like to see him in a podium position, but This has got super competitive.
It has. This little
There's some
section
serious
is good.
quality in this
Yeah.
league now. I mean, there's no hiding place.
I
You've
mean,
just got to turn up and perform.
look at the cars behind him. PVG,
Yeah,
Jamie Wilson, Stefan Goebel, Roger
I
Morton.
know.
All
I
those
know.
guys.
They're all classy drivers,
Yeah.
Pete, and there's no shortage of talent, and it just really shows you how well Martin, Chris, and Daniel have done.
Yeah, absolutely right. And then in AM class, Chris Dixon is top of the pile now, with one-time leader Arnaud Chenonnier behind him by a good 40 points, or 39 as it actually is.
Oh, great counting there, Pete.
I know, stunning, wasn't it? Fiona is in third, showing her ability and colours there. David Ayres in fourth, who was last season's champion. And then Anthony Hilton in fifth. He's doing a very, very good job this season so far.
Another really competitive bunch of drivers, and they've been getting a lot of fun, I think. And I've been enjoying watching them race. It's been glorious stuff.
Yeah, it's been
Everybody's
excellent.
getting to race, aren't they?
They are. It's been a really competitive season so far. For being such a big grid, you think the points would be a bit more separated, but they're not. So Result X Pure Sims Esports lead the way on 1,488 points in the team championship, with RD Simsport nipping at their heels technically, because that's less than 100 points behind, and that is nothing in those worlds.
Outstanding driving. They've been really great, haven't they?
They have. Isn't it great to see Team Chimera in third?
Yes, certainly is.
Yeah, that's
It's nice to have Simon back on the grid.
Yeah.
And of course, performing like you'd expect him to, just getting faster and faster every week.
Yeah. It won't be long until he floats to the surface, I'm sure of it. Spectre 6 in fourth, and Hydra Race Geodesic Racing, not the white team, that's two positions behind, are in fifth place. That's Spencer's team that's in fifth. So they are, now they've split their teams, it's diluted the numbers somewhat, but it's made for a more competitive team championship, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Safeguard.
Yeah. Oh, they're not far off it, look at that.
No, they're doing really, really well.
48
And that's
points behind, that's good.
good, consistent racing by the guys.
Right, then on to driver of the meeting, where Logan McKinsey is leading the way at the moment on 2 points, and then there's 5 drivers with 1 point. Chris Smith, Daniel Mills, Jamie Jeffrey, Pete Van Gool, Naveed Hussain, and Arnaud Chenonnier. And then your Safe Driver Award is currently led by Russell Cowell, but he's not done enough to qualify for the full lot. So the actual leader at the moment is Logan McKinsey, who is on 15 incidents, 1,273 turns. That gives him a 0.01178 average. That's pretty good, being this far into the season and having done all the races I think Logan's done. And David Danzer in second, that's good.
Logan's not been hanging back, has he?
No, he hasn't, no.
That's pretty spectacularly good handling of car.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
I mean, he's been in some pressing situations.
He has. He's been right in the thick of it, as has David Danzer, actually. He's been thrashing it out there as well. So, yeah, there's some good competition going on. We will join live running at the minute, and we will find a driver to watch. And we will use qualifying to go around on a lap with somebody once qualifying launches, which is only in 3 seconds. So my time.
This lap starts off with a bang. Look at this. It's massive left-hander.
Yeah, it's not often you get counterclockwise circuits too much. Most of them are clockwise circuits in the world. So, yeah, this is a good one. We have just tripped into qualifying, folks. So cars will start to litter themselves across the track, trying to put in the fastest time in this quarter of an hour qualifying session. We will pick someone and we will focus upon them, and we'll try and find a camera which is better than that one. We'll go for 3. There we go. Let's see if we've got someone on their way out of the pits. There's Jamie Jeffrey in that unicorn-powered Elantra there. Who's on the chat? Dave McFarlane. Let's go David and Logan. So he is an SRG fan. Sim Racing Grid. And Fiona's been on the chat. Love this track, but too slow, she says. We'll see. By the end of the race.
Demanding drive, but
is it?
It is a driver's track. I really think it's It's technically very demanding.
Right. Okay.
You've
Right.
got some, but it's, you know, it's delicious. It's demanding in a delicious way. You can look at these corners. There's some fantastic bends, and the elevation changes. But hairpins followed by a sharp uphill or downhill are just delightful for me.
Right, okay, well, we'll look forward to that. We'll jump on board with somebody once they've got going properly. Let's see how long a lap lasts for as well. So, yes, we've got 15 minutes qualifying, a 20-minute sprint race, followed by no pit stops required. 30% fuel is more than enough to get them over the line on that one. And then we've got a 5-minute interlude between that and the feature race, which is 40 minutes, where a pit stop is pretty much mandatory. We've had a few races this season where individual drivers have been caught out by running out of fuel. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
They were unlucky though last week, weren't they? It was just that our leader got across the line rapido.
Well, yeah, with 3 seconds to spare, and he put an extra lap on the race.
Yes.
Either very clever or just, coincidental. But I'm hoping for a great race from this boy, Jay Corley. He is. He's not done the best of qualifying this season. Is the most generous I can be, and he's had some very bad crashes with this twitching car thing. I don't know what's going on there. Any ideas, Alan?
No, I haven't got a clue.
No. He does some great.
Well, he needs to be doing. If you're not doing good qualification, it really does bite your bum twice, because
Yes,
it drops you down the grid, and the grid is so important in this first race.
Yep, absolutely right. We're going to jump on a lap with him, because he does so many really good educational track tours, hot lapping for everybody in each of the cars. Do go and watch his stream after you've watched this one, obviously.
Chris is there trying to get a bit of toe.
Yeah.
But he's not easy to hang on to.
No, he's not. So, yeah, go and watch Jay's stream, because they are brilliant. I'm going to go and find Logan's chat, because I need to talk about Logan's league, or the league that Logan is in. So let me move you out of the way a minute. Where's Logan gone? There he is. So, Alpha Touring Challenge. They are another TCR troop, which are in America. So they're in a different time zone to us, so they're not a competitor to us. They are, however, a very healthy and competitive league. It looks like they've been running for quite a few seasons, 11 seasons, so not far behind us in terms of league maturity. They do a similar thing to us. They follow the league, the officials, and they are the Alpha Touring Challenge, ATC. So go and look them up and make sure that you involve yourself in that, because all these TCR leagues, I don't know how many are dying out, but they will start to now as these cars become aged, in inverted commas. And we will continue to fly this wonderful flag, Alan.
Yes, because they're fantastic cars.
They are.
They deserve the attention.
Very much so. Right, where is... Oh, Spencer McCarthy has joined the session, so we're up to 24 now.
Well, I'm pleased, because he's worked hard for those points. He really doesn't want to start throwing them away at this stage of things.
No, he doesn't. Right, we're going to go and find Naveed.
Nice to see Russell here, and
Yeah.
it's a shame because he's a very, very safe driver.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he's been more safe this season than any other season. Look at the elevation change here. My God. That's unbelievable.
That's back onto the straight. That's the last one onto the straight piece.
Yeah.
Beautiful, honestly.
So we're on board now with Naveed. One of the fastest races I've ever seen.
Way out to the right, because this is a double apex monster.
I'll let you talk us through this then.
No, I can't really, but yeah, we're going sharp left. Oh, it really goes on for a lifetime, this corner.
Oh, it
It
does.
really does.
Yeah.
And then we're going to plunge downhill to a right-hander. There's so many elevation changes. You swing right, you over blind crest. There's another blind. There's a blind crest. You're welcome to them. They love them here.
Yeah, they do.
More really tight corners. You've got to get the apexes right on these corners, Pete. Otherwise, you lose so much time. This is a plunge downhill, right-hander at the bottom.
That looks brilliant. That must be an off.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. And then we go up and over the crest. Zoom. It's just gorgeous stuff. Look at another blind crest. this is such a fantastic place to drive a car around.
Yeah, it really is. Quite a dynamic track, just being on board at the minute.
Oh, it's busy. There's not a lot of time off.
No, I
We
mean,
are plunging down again. This is going to have a wicked left-hander at the bottom, rising uphill left. Look at this. You've got to
the
get this
brakes
right.
early.
Look here. Wow, that's
Holding
beautiful.
it to the
And
left,
that's it.
that's
And
nice.
that's back onto the main straight. It's a killer corner to get us back onto the straight.
It is. Thank you for that, Alan. That was brilliant. And
Oh, I
thank
love
you,
this
Naveed.
place.
Yeah.
I've done quite a lot of laps here, but always in a rear. I've never brought the a front wheel drive car around here. I'm really interested to see how they go because it suits the rear wheel drive because it's got this complexity and they push you around. But being pulled around here is going to feel very different, and I imagine they're going to be worn out because there's not a lot of rest here.
No, and the aero wash has been noted a few times, hasn't it, in the slow speed corners, which it's not going to be easy to overtake or made more difficult in overtaking with that aero wash.
Yeah.
As this Dietmar Hoos moves up the standings.
Getting past here isn't that easy, I don't think.
No. We're on 24 drivers suddenly. Somebody else has joined and I've not noticed.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't deep, so.
Absolutely.
But the more the merrier.
Simon Trendle's just jumped up the standings, like mega jumped up. I mean, he needed to because he's only in 11th now, which is not where he normally ends up. Daniel Mills, what are you drinking? Because I need a pint of it. In fact, I just need a thimbleful. Look at where he is in terms of Pro-Am and Am.
Yes.
Sorry, Pro-Am and Pro.
We have pointed this out with Dan, though, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Maybe he's slotted into the wrong one, and maybe I need to move him. Let's see.
You could have that discussion with him, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely message him and say, are you sure you're in the right little league? So...
But it's fantastic driving by him, no matter what.
Yeah, there's David
If you
Johansson.
if you put yourself in front of David on any grid, you're doing really well because this man is no slouch.
No, he's not. And just mentioned to him, no, I haven't updated the scores yet. So
Look at these guys making absolutely every inch. You need every inch to get around this place.
I need to
and
thank.
keep your speed up.
Yeah, I need to thank Dan McFarlane because he's just reminded me that I am not in streamer mode, so I'm just going to go and do that now. Voice. I can't remember how you do it. Oh, where is it? Because all my messages are beeping through and I get hundreds of them, so I'm not saying I'm popular, I'm just saying that where is it? Accessibility, no. Notifications, no. Streamer mode.
Oh, just holding on. This is great stuff.
Right,
he's blowing out this lap.
He has. He's bailed on that one. And we've got 6 minutes nearly.
No.
Here comes your captain.
Pouring on the power here and trying to find some grip.
Yeah.
And I do hope these chaps have put some time in. This is not with the blind crests and these incredible complex of corners. A bit of experience is helpful.
Yeah, it is. Here comes Rene, who is mega fast. Like I say, he had one really unfortunate race. I think it was the one where Jay Corley snapped on the start-finish straight and took out quite a lot of the cars. Yeah, Rene probably should be higher up in the standings than he actually is. So maybe this will be his opportunity to do that. There's Russell Cowell in the Honda for Spectre 6. Generating some points for them.
A nice one, Russell.
Yeah.
That's an inch wasted.
Yeah. Here is David Ayres, another safeguard driver.
Clearly not an off track, just going over the curb there.
No, it's not.
Wheel over.
Track seems very generous in terms of allowing people to go and exceed what would be conventionally called the track limits. I don't know whether you know much about that from your rear-wheel drive racing.
Ooh. It's something I largely ignore.
That's brilliant. That is a fantastic way of saying I don't care about that. I was going to put another word at the end of that sentence, and I thought better of it because it's a family show. It's a family show. Right, who's struggling and who's not? Simon Trennell's just moved up. Jamie Jeffrey probably could do with picking up a few more places. He's out of his standard positions. He's usually top 5.
Well, it's tough if you haven't driven here before.
Yeah, true.
And but you're right. You don't want to be down the grid here.
No, someone was saying you need a sat nav to get around here because lots of it looks the same as other corners, so you don't know which one you're approaching. And like you were saying, blind crests, they're evil, aren't they? If you lose your concentration and you think, oh Christ, what's after this crest?
Which one is it?
Yeah, I've done that a few times before on various different tracks. I do it on Bathurst, and Bathurst's pretty clear, isn't it, where you are? And I'm just like, I've just been daydreaming, I don't know where I am now. Jake Corley, get yourself out 13th place, will you? Go faster, it's the pedal on the right, as Wobbly would say. Yeah. So, what else do we need to discuss at the minute? I don't know. We've talked about the league. We've talked about the drivers in it. I'm waiting desperately for Jay Corley to haul himself out of the 13th place and get into the top 10. Tony Walker. Tony Walker's back with us.
Yes.
He's a privateer for this season. He's in Spectre colours, but they're not the standard Spectre colours. But he is in the Honda. And you grow fonder of a Honda.
Yes. Well, I'll look out for Tony.
Yeah.
Nice to see him on the track.
Absolutely.
No doubt the Walker brothers are always it's always a pleasure to have them here racing.
Absolutely, yeah. Couldn't agree
and
more.
We've seen Tony become a more than competent driver over the seasons.
Well,
he's
look
grown
at this.
with it, hasn't he? He's been with and he's grown, and it's been something that's lovely to watch. It has.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his position in this as a big for instance, and he's second in class, and he's not raced all season, so he obviously knows Lédenon pretty good, or he's learnt it very quick, and showing his
well, it's a rapid time because with our fast Dan's been.
I know.
So he's pulling his weight well and truly.
Yeah, I think even though Naveed has topped the timing tower at the minute and is going out again because he feels threatened by Stephen Walker, who's only what's that, 0.159 of a second slower than him on his fastest registered lap.
I think this track will suit Stephen, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I think that Audi's going to handle like a pig. In fact, is he the only Audi? No, Anthony Hilton is an Audi. Oh, he's not on track. And Christopher Smith is in the Audi. So the Audi Simsport boys doing good there. Mellow Motorsport also. No, Stefan must be watching the footy, along with many other people. But yeah, Naveed also in the Audi. That's got to be an off track. You would pray that that's an off track, right?
Yeah.
He was nearly paying for readmission. That was so far out. But maybe it isn't. Maybe this track's just one of those ones that's mega generous.
Or maybe he's just in a hurry to get to the next lap so he can do a clean one.
Yeah, there could be that. But he's not going to manage to because there's only 6 seconds left in this quali session, and then it will chin everybody out because it's a heat race. You don't get... There you go.
Oh, there you go.
All done.
Hot stuff.
Right, let's see when we tick over, because we're still in the quali session at the minute before it does this. And then somebody needs to join the field. Hopefully it's not David Ayres, because then he flashes his lights and just annoys me. Fiona, here we go. Let's have a look at you. Then we can extend grid in. And then I can go through the grid. So I'm going to do names only, even though we're a bit reduced on numbers. But it's still 24 drivers. That's still a fair amount. So Naveed Hussain will lead us away tonight. As the poleman for our first sprint race, or the sprint race, the first of our races tonight in week 5 at Lédenon. Stephen Walker will go off on the front row next to him, with Logan McKinsey on row 2 in 3rd place, Simon Trendle next to him in 4th. David Johansson off the 3rd row in 5th. That's a good qualifying from David Johansson. Daniel Mills goes off next to him. What a great qualifying that is for Daniel. Pete Newman goes off 7th. Spencer McCarthy off 8th. He's our current reigning champion, hence him carrying the number 1 along his car. Jamie Jeffrey off 9th. Tony Walker off 10th, otherwise known as T. If anybody mentions T, that's Tony Walker. Carl Hardy off 11th. Christopher Smith off 12th. That's a very good qualifying session for him. Jake Coley didn't get out 13th in the end, so he's got the work to do in this race. 14th will be Rene Earhart. Matthias Schultz will go off 15th. Russell Cowell, we're racing, will go off 16th. 17th will be Roger Morton, with Jamie Wilson off 18th. 19th will be Dietmar Hoos. 20th will be Anthony Hilton. Arnaud Chenonnier will go off 21st. David Ayres off 22nd. Fiona will go off 23rd. And Chris Dixon will round out the field for this evening's race of 24 cars on the grid, Alan. David Ayres, quit it right now.
I think that's a handsome grid. And considering the competition out on the airwaves tonight, I'm proud of our guys for choosing a proper sport.
Yeah, well done. In fact, yes, that's a big shout out to everybody. But all the work guard, race guard, safeguard, whoever they are, stop flashing your lights.
Look at this. Have you seen this hill?
I know, it's crazy. I can't even see the cars. I can only see the roofs. This is ridiculous. And the lights are coming on, Alan. We are about to go racing in France. And the cars were held for quite a long time. I don't know whether anybody jumped, but look at that for a field. That is quite a burgeoning field coming over there. Three wide. Can you do 3 wide here? No, Simon Trendle thinks way better of that and bails out of it. Oh,
tricky through here early on in the race.
Yeah, it looks congested, doesn't it? 2 wide going through here. Carl Hardy next to T. Let's go for a...
Out-qualified him.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony did very well with the qualification. Considering he's not driven this season, goodness, he just popped out of nowhere and just driving his red hot straight away.
Yeah, he's right on it. Spencer McCarthy and Pete Newman going at it at the minute. Spencer did overhaul him, but that's a bit touchy. Oh, he's straight on. That was a bit of a nudge. Bit of car on car.
Come on, back. Come on. That's it.
Yeah. Jay Corley making his way up through the numbers. Jamie Wilson's up 3 places from the start.
Yeah, well done, Jamie.
One of them gifted. Ooh, and Chris Dixon and Fiona are having a proper ding-dong back here now. Behind David Ayres, who was too busy flashing his lights at the start. Oh! That was a bit intimate. And then, where's Spencer now? Oh, who's that? Say that? No, that's not Simon. It is. Simon Trendle went super wide. And that is...
I'm not sure how well he knows the circuit. It's one of these things, you can easily make a mistake.
Yeah, you can. And one who did is Spencer McCarthy, and he's gone to pits for an unknown reason. And I don't know what's going on there. He's away again. But
he's obviously had a repair.
No, he's had a stop and go.
Oh, goodness me.
So that might be for jumping the start. We'll have to go back and have a look at that. They were held for quite a long time. I did say it at the time.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens here. Oh, Anthony Hilton into the back of David Ayres. And opened the door there for a second for Chris Dixon. Nothing's come of that, though.
Yes. More intimacy.
They do like getting intimate, don't they, in this league? So, Naveed Hussain is the leader of the race at the moment. Resplendent at the front there.
Well, he's doing his very best to make a gap.
He is.
We've got Stephen doing absolutely everything he can to hang on. This is tense moments at the start of this race. This is important moments. We see time after time the leader of the sprint race trying to get away, trying to create that gap and just sneak off and hoping the guys behind him are going to start a punch up.
Yeah, I mean...
They're wise to him. They're really pushing on and not interested in racing each other. They're just trying to hold on because they don't want to throw this race away.
No, and you would think that Naveed driving a house brick, which is what the Audi is, he's doing obviously an amazing job with it. You think it would become a victim to the Honda and the Elantra at some point, but he handles the car so professionally. Oh, what's going on back here? Jamie Jeffrey offline and letting Simon Trendle and Carl Hardy through nearly. I think he's going to stay ahead of Carl.
Yeah, he's got the inside here.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
it's a sharp uphill again.
It is. Lots and lots of gas. So Naveed has got himself just about 1 second over Stephen, but we've seen that the Honda, once the tyres come in, speeds up a lot. So we will look forward to that as Jamie Wilson and Matthias Schultz go racing together.
Side by side through there, keeping it clean. Very nice driving by everybody.
Yeah, this was the scene of a hip check a lap ago, 2 laps ago. Not the case with Jamie Wilson.
Jamie's doing a splendid job tonight.
Yeah, nice. Matthias getting almost pushed around by a now much delayed Pete Newman after a hip check early on from Spencer. Well, it was just a racing incident.
Yeah, it's just those two. Just they love to race hard. There's no way they can hold themselves back, to be honest.
No, Anthony Hilton really pressing David Ayres now. He was basically pushing him around that last series of corners.
Dave's defending for all his worth, but Anthony's very quick.
He is very quick.
And he's only going to need one mistake.
He straightened his car up beautifully just then in order to take those corners a little bit faster, and it worked for him. Jake Corley here on the back of T now. Tony Walker, that is.
It's a knife edge with these things, Pete, isn't it?
Yeah.
One small error can cost you a place just like that, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's quite a frantic lap, isn't it? Right, let's go to the front. Didn't have to go far with the camera. SRG doing very well. So David Johansson following
second.
Yeah, following Logan.
I mean, these guys aren't holding on. They're just driving flat out. They've got holding nothing back here at all.
No, I know.
This is just a pure pace race. This is how fast these guys can go, and they're absolutely pushing the limits. Right. There's nothing to save. You don't need to think about. You don't want to overheat your rubber because we've now got sensitive rubber in these cars.
Oh, look at that! Whoa, what a great move from Anthony Hilton.
Oh, they've been at it for a long time.
Oh, he couldn't make it work. Come on, Anthony. My money's all on you, mate, because David flashes his lights on the grid as Naveed does the fastest lap of the race on a 1:27 flat.
This is great defending by David, but Mr. Hilton's got. I think he's got the pace to do it, but he needs a mistake. David's defending absolutely like a champion.
He is. Oh, here we go. Pete Newman on Matthias Schultz. That was a good move.
Matthias.
Late on the brakes.
Oh, Roger's looking for a gap as well.
He is. Sniffing.
He won't hold back if he gets the opportunity.
Nor should he. Dietmar Hoos, super wide at the last turn. I am not getting off tracks on this track, so I think the track limits are very generous here. I'm certainly not getting the usual triggers.
I thought there was a reason why I like this place.
Jenny Sandman, good evening. Shouting for Cutting Corny, TCR team.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Renee is here in 11th, about to come under some pressure from Christopher Smith, and is doing at the minute. Christopher's made a mess of that corner though. And then Dietmar Hoos up and over the hill here, chasing Roger.
It's close, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
This is tense, exciting racing. I'm loving this. Goodness me.
Yeah, and a new track for most people, I would think, which is interesting. Lots of them last time said that they'd not turned a single lap or hadn't even bought it or downloaded it or whatever.
Well, the thing is, it's not one of those tracks that you can just turn up at and learn it in 10 minutes.
No, it's not.
you need to give it enough laps to get it bedded in. Otherwise, that moment of panic, that moment's inattention, and you're lost. You don't
Yeah.
know where you are.
Oh, what's that going on? There's something going on back here with T and Carl and Jay Corley, who's managed to get in front of them.
Oh,
Is
what's
Jay
happening with
letting people
Jay?
through? I think Jay's
Yeah,
letting them go here for some reason.
yeah, that's definitely Jay letting those pass. So
Yeah.
he must feel like he's wronged them in some way.
Yeah, he must do, but there's nothing on my event tracker really. Oh, hang on, there's this. Let's just see what happened. So he's behind them. Carl goes mega, like, out of the world. Pulls over to the side. Jay nearly gets round. Oh, and then... Right, so I think this is like comedy of errors, all that. But I don't know why Jay let them through again, because he clearly did. Right, let's go back to live running.
Yes, one of life's mysteries, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's definitely worth a swig of my scotch.
Oh, do it. Do
lovely.
it. I'll be back on the beer in a second.
Mm.
Right, so Pete Newman now closing in on the back of Jamie Wilson. On his, he's much delayed after a little excursion into the kitty litter on lap 2, I think it was.
I think he's getting used to having to make a drive.
Yeah, he seems to do it regular, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Anthony Hilton still has not managed to do anything with David Ayres, and I hope he does before the end, just to...
I think Dave's trying to wear him down because you can only keep on that sharp edge for so long at a time. And then you need to have get your breath and recompose yourself. He'll probably come back stronger and faster after a couple of maybe a lap where he's just got his breath back and refocused. Because when you're hard at it all the time, you're fixated on the back of the car in front. You get tunnel vision.
You do. These three are in a very heated battle at the minute. This is Tony Walker leading Carl Hardy, leading Jay Corley, and if they're not careful, Christopher Smith is going to catch him in that Audi. He's going to bring some friends with him in the form of Rene Earhart and Russell Cowell.
Yes, well, I don't think Tony's holding back.
No, he's not. They're just taking him to task, absolutely.
Yeah, he's going as fast as he possibly can.
Meanwhile, Naveed Hussain leads by 2.6 seconds.
Yeah, he's just dragged it out with pure, persistent pace. It's a fantastic performance by him because he's not let up. He's not given anybody any hope.
No, Spencer McCarthy has finally found the back end of the field and has gained one position back.
Well, Spencer, well done, matey.
Oh, here we go. This is on now. So T has just managed to lose 2 places almost in one corner there. So offline a bit.
Oh, save the day. Oh, now is that off track? Do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think there are any off tracks on this track. Seems to be obscenely generous. Oh, David Ayres, yeah. Come on, Anthony. Come on, Anthony.
Oh, that's going to be Anthony too.
There we go.
I didn't see what happened there, but that was a fantastic battle. And
Spencer's not having a decent
what's
race.
Happening?
And, I think
he did say he didn't have the track.
I don't know whether he came together with someone or locked up his brakes.
Oh, what was that?
Chris does need some racing room, but we'll see. All right, let's go back to live racing. Yeah, I think Spencer thought he was going to be out of his way, but he wasn't.
No.
And Chris does need some track to race on, so just a little bit of tarmac would be nice. Right, so this is... I told you Christopher Smith would catch these guys, and he has done.
Yes. Well, they're concentrating on the guy in front, not the guy behind.
They are, and can you believe...
And up here, can you see that Cole's got away?
Yes,
So
because of the squabbling between T and Jay Corley.
Well done, Skipper.
Yeah. When Jay gets into the race, he's mega fast. I just don't know why he can't hook it up in a qualifying session. But we'll see. Meanwhile, Naveed Hussain leads by 3 seconds now. Slowly drawing inexorably
It's not
further
throwing
away.
anybody a bone.
No, but Logan is caught and is slowly inching in on the back of Stephen Walker. So I think this one might go
Catching's
to it.
not passing.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
And I don't think he's caught him yet. There's still half a second.
Yeah, it's just
That's what
extended out a
offset
bit
looks
as well.
like, is it?
It is. That's 0.6 of a second, that. So we hoon it through here in this mega left-hander that you were saying goes on for about 6 weeks.
Well, it does look.
I know.
Still going.
I'm already
It's the
bored.
third apex.
I'm already bored of going left. Oh, right-hander. Right, that's fine. And then down the hill
Oh,
we
you're
go.
going to go right for a bit now.
Oh, he's good under brakes though, isn't he, Logan? Look at that. That's nice. And then up,
Beautiful corner.
over the crest.
All your momentum. You don't want to bleed off your momentum because you're going down and getting a lot of mass driving, but
Yeah.
you really don't want to use your brakes. If you're going to avoid it, you want to take all that speed and use it to get up the next
Look how
little
steep that
rise,
is.
because there always is one.
That is a ridiculous. Well, that's huge banking, isn't it? Good grief!
Yeah.
It's no wonder they use it.
Yes. It feels naturally part of the circuit. The
Right.
racing line feels like it goes around there.
Right. Okay. They might want to repaint them lines. Everybody's completely ignoring it.
Yeah.
Clyde's busy swearing at the screen probably because he hates that. Right then, and down here, straighten the car up to take a better
I love this
turn in.
corner. It's absolutely brilliant. You've got to get it right. You've got to get the power on early, otherwise
Look
you're
at the
suffering
climb.
all the
Look
way
at the
up the front.
climb.
Yes, and this is the main straight, of course. So
Yeah.
if you don't get that last hairpin right, then you're suffering along the whole of that main straight, and it's all uphill. You don't want to get it wrong there.
No, definitely not. Right, where are the cutting corny cars? So, Renee is still just about ahead of Russell Cowell, who's brought Christopher Smith with him. We were talking about this before. Russell has moved up 4 places from the start. That's very impressive. He should turn up more often. He'd get more points. Where is Dietmar? Dietmar's a little bit further back, 18th at the minute, and chasing down Roger Morton. There is Roger.
Well, I'm sure they're having fun.
Yeah. Fiona has been in an incident, has been to pit road, repaired, I think, and then gone back out again. But meanwhile, this little battle rages. This is Jamie Wilson leading from Pete Newman. And that is Matthias Schultz just on the back of this trio.
Well, you know, this is Jamie's a pro-am, and it just shows you how good these drivers are, because he's holding up Pete, who is definitely on the thin edge of pro. He's a really very he's got a lot of iRacing points, a lot of skill, a lot of experience. So if you're holding something like Pete up, you're doing pretty damn well.
Yeah, I can't argue with any of that, because Pete is mega fast. We've seen him winning. He was the one that no-stopped Okayama, wasn't he? And beat everybody by a massive amount of time. So he's got it between his ears and under his feet as well. So to lead him at all is an impressive task. As Christopher Smith gets on the inside of Russell Cowell, but the next corner's against him. He's staying on the outside of Russell, and now he's going to cut back.
Gorgeous corner.
Yeah, just a bit ahead of them. Jay Corley is literally just past Tony Walker. And Tony's trying to come back at him.
Well, that's good driving by Jay, isn't it? Because Tony's got pace tonight.
He has, yeah, lots
and
of
it's not
it.
going to be easy to pass, that's
No.
for sure. So that's a bit brighter for Jay.
And don't forget, folks, you score as per your position in the race, not in your class. So the reason that the different classes do race each other is because it's all for the points. And your finishing position and your bragging rights and all the other stuff that comes with that. But it's very much If you finish 5th, you're not finishing 3rd in class. You're finishing 5th on the track, and you score points that way. Jamie Wilson under a lot of pressure here now from Pete Newman.
And he's got a friend who's hanging onto his bumper, hoping that he's going to pick up a crumb.
And I think there may be a lot of crumbs available shortly. Christopher Smith's gone mega wide, just ahead, so that might come at them.
Oh, I do like that pink.
Oh, look at that. Pete Newman on the inside here. He's absolutely dived it down the inside. That's lovely.
That. Yeah.
You can't argue with
beautiful.
That's
no,
awesome.
No, that was just beautiful. Classy driving. It's the kind of thing you expect. No, it was the move that we expected from Matthias.
Yeah.
He tried very hard to sneak in there, and who can blame him? The opportunity was always going to be there.
And Dietmar has just kind of done a similar thing to Roger, but Roger's done the cutback and retained that position. Right then, Navid again heads this race. He's 4 seconds ahead of Stephen at the minute. Stephen's going to appear over the crest of the hill there, followed very closely still by Logan McKenzie. And then David Johansson a bit further back, and with Daniel Mills for company, Simon Trendle and Jamie Jeffrey almost occupying the same bit of tarmac, Alan.
They're having fun.
Yeah, they are.
That's
Whoa,
great.
Gee,
that's great. Well, you know, they're both fantastic drivers. So
yes, they are.
This is to see them having a go at you like this. They must have smiles a yard wide, because this would be great. It's fantastic to watch. You love to see the skill and the craftsmanship of these drivers.
Absolutely. Jamie Jeffrey taking a wider line into that hairpin, but getting a better drive out of it as a result. It's more like a karting line. Very nicely done.
Well, there's a lot happening in this last minute of this race, Pete.
Yes.
It's still absolutely live, isn't it?
It's a bit crazy, to be honest. Navid will be taking the checker in a second. Thank you for your pointing out the time to me, because I was just absorbed in the race. This is the problem with being a fan, isn't it? You get sucked into watching everything and lose track.
It's a forgivable thing.
So up that massive hill goes Navid.
Yeah, but he's tamed that hill in this race, and I'm very interested to see how he demonstrates his pace in the next race, starting from the middle of the pack.
Yeah, so Stephen Walker flashing his lights over the line, obviously happy with his performance.
Very happy.
Gonna go
who can
back
blame
a bit.
him?
Oh no!
They're still, oh, that's it. Oh,
straighten it up, Russ.
Oh, goodness. Oh,
where's he gone? Where's Russell gone? Oh, he's over here.
Right. Car's still moving.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate.
Right on the last corner.
I mean, it was a very, very hard-fought position.
Certainly was. Last corner. Damn it.
Yeah.
There you go. He's waiting. Look.
He is. Well, he's over the line now, but yeah, because it was literally the last corner. There was a little nudge there, and then another nudge there, and another nudge. I thought he was going to pull it straight there as well, and he just couldn't. He avoided the wall there. No. Nice driving from Russell Cowell.
Yeah.
But
and he got over the finish line.
It's TCR racing, that one. That is what you get sometimes.
Spectacular stuff.
Very spectacular.
And that was a spectacular race.
It was. Right, everybody's over the line. Chris Dixon's just gone over the line. And the session has already tripped. So let's have a look at what happened in the first of our races this evening. Navid Hussain romped off with it in the end for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White, 5 seconds ahead of Stephen Walker for Spectre 6. And then bottom step of the podium, Logan McKenzie. Well done to you for Sim Racing Grid, who beat his team boss, we're going to call him, David Johansson, by, what's that, 2.5 seconds? Just thought I'd get that in. Anyway, Daniel Mills, the first of tonight's Pro-Am drivers for RD Simsport, finishes 5th. And then Jamie Jeffrey finishes 6th for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. Simon Trendle in 7th managed to not quite overcome Jamie Jeffrey there for Team Chimera. 8th was second in class Carl Hardy in the Pro-Am for Safeguard by result, with Jay Corley finishing 9th. for Result X Pure Sims. Tony Walker finished third in class in his first race with us this season. That's a bit mad, isn't it, Alan? That's pretty good.
Yeah, fantastic drive by Tony.
Yeah, very nice. Well done, T. Christopher Smith finished fourth in class, 11th on track for RD Simsport, with Rene Earhart in 12th for Cutting Corny TCR team. Pete Newman, much delayed, in 13th for Result X Pure Sims. And then Jamie Wilson. Deary me. The words are on the screen, right? 14th for Team Chimera. Matthias Schultz, 15th for TITZ Performance. I'm going to hate it if he ever gets on the podium because I'll have to say his team name correctly. 16th, Roger Morton for Safeguard by Result. Dimar Hoos finished 17th for Cutting Corny TCR team. Let's move this forward. 18th was Arnaud Chenonnier, the first of the AM class drivers over the line for Air Smart Racing. What a great result for him. 19th was Russell Cowell, although arguably he should have been further forward, for Spectre 6. Anthony Hilton finished 20th, second in class for Mellow Motorsport with David Ayres, third in class and 21st for Safeguard. Spencer McCarthy finished 22nd after an impromptu visit to the pit road right at the start of the race, which took him out of all contention for Hydro Race Geodesic. And then Chris Dixon finished 23rd for WorkGuard, and his teammate Fiona finished in 24th. Wow. Well, that was full of lots of different things. Excitement being a predominant word that comes to mind. A very exciting race. Just proves you don't need 40-car grids to get decent racing, Alan. It was...
No. Well, we've had great racing with 8 cars on the grid, Pete, to be honest.
Yes, we have, yeah. And we've got Matthias Schultz, who's going to lead us away in the second race. And Naveed, who's going to start 15th in the second race.
Exciting. I'm really interested to see how this pans out.
Me too. I mean, I don't know where pit road entry is. I'm hoping that Daniel is going to show us. We're on board with Daniel Mills right now. I don't know whether he's going to get to the end of the lap. Where is he? Oh, you can't see it because he's not put a lap in. That's right. Can you figure out where he is? He's mid lap, isn't he?
Yes. Look, that's the first corner, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think he's a bit further around than the first.
Yeah, this is the last corner.
All right. So he may peel off to pit road here, which is on the right-hand side, as long as I've got my bearings correct. He's not bothering though. He's going again. So that doesn't help us. We'll have to see it in the race itself. I did have a track map.
Well,
tell me the name.
It's got plenty of pace on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
a bit too much pace on that.
Slightly misjudged the corner, but yeah. Well, it's easy done because you really don't want to try and watch the speed off.
No.
You know what it's like with these cars. You've got to be patient as well, haven't you? And on corners like these, the TCR really demands a lot of patience.
It does. You got to, and you're just going to cook your tyres if you do too many things like that, aren't you? That's where the patience pays off when you got your tyres to the right temps, but you don't want to overdo it.
Especially if you've got the balsamic vinegar on there.
Absolutely. Spa's got a double gauche. This place has got a triple gauche. Which is the first 3 corners. You were saying it went on forever. It's 3 left-hand turns.
Yes. Yeah, it's fantastic. It does. I mean, you need a shave after going around this corner. You do. It's a bit of an epic.
That's fantastic. Gonna have to remember that for a future broadcast because that is just too funny.
This man.
Need a shave. That's genius. Oh dear. Right, we're waiting. Oh, the session's ticked over. We are going to go racing. We're going to find a car to have a stare at. Hopefully not too much of a stare. Fiona, quit it. Right, let's just extend grid in. There we go. Oh dear, I'm going to have to choose a different camera just a minute. There we go. Oh no, that's... Oh, there's no good cameras. Right, okay.
No, it's good.
Right, let's have a look at the grid. So Matthias Schultz will lead us away for his first pole with us, as far as I'm aware. Jamie Wilson goes off on the front row next to him with Pete Newman on row 2 in third. Rene Earhart, 4th. Christopher Smith in 5th. Tony Walker in 6th. Jay Corley will go off 7th. Carl Hardy off 8th. 9th will be Simon Trendle. 10th will be Jamie Jeffrey. Daniel Mills will go off 11th with David Johansson off 12th. 13th will be Logan McKinsey. Stephen Walker will go off 14th. And Naveed will be punished for winning the first race by starting 15th in the second. Roger Morton goes off 16th. 17th will be Dietmar Hoos. Arnaud Chenonnier will go off 18th. 19th will be Russell Cowell. 20th will be Anthony Hilton. 21st will be David Ayres. 22nd will be a very, very delayed Spencer McCarthy. So that's going to be an interesting proposition. Chris Dixon will go off 23rd. I'm just making up names now. 24th will be Fiona Siddons. Right. Let's see how this will pan out. Let's focus on...
Yes, I'm looking for a great performance from Tits.
Oh dear. Well, it's been done now. You've done it. I'm going to have to say it every time. Oh dear. Right.
Well, I hope they keep abreast of things.
You are wicked. How strong is that whiskey?
I know my second sip.
Well, I'm going to open another bottle of beer because I'm on annual leave this week. So stop flashing your lights at the back.
Are you on leave? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll drink I'd make a toast to your being on leave and a whole holiday.
Yeah,
Lovely.
why not? Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a clink. There we
Yeah.
go. Excellent.
Cheers, my dear.
Cheers. Right, well, here we go. We're going.
Mhm.
We're going to stare at the tits at the front here. 5 lights and held for a while and we're away, but everybody looked clean that time. Here we go, folks. Up and over the hill we go.
Calmness. I'm looking for calmness at the start of this much longer race.
Yeah, oh, we're not going to get it. Pete Newman into the back of Jamie Wilson there, just ever so slightly 5 wide back here.
Oh, no, don't go
Jamie,
5 wide.
Jamie Jeffrey saved it. Oh, you legend. Oh, but he's wild. Oh, but he's wild.
He's
Right.
okay. He's still going.
He's still going. No real damage. Oh, now he's gone.
Oh, now there's real damage. Goodness
Yeah.
me, it's
Oh,
all
he's,
happening.
he's out in the weeds. Right, let's go back to this because this is getting a bit messy.
Oh, 3 wide round there doesn't go.
No, it doesn't. Not for Christopher Smith, it doesn't. Oh, he's pulled it round. Well done.
Wow, fantastic bit of car handling there. That was a
Great save.
massive counter steer.
It
Pull
was.
that one back. Brilliant driving. Lovely
Yeah.
touch.
Here's the super fast. These 3 are together, which is Stephen, David, and Naveed. Simon Trendle trying to move through the pack and not managing to at the minute. He's got a wall of Honda in front of him. It's not the great wall of Honda that he used to be part of.
Oh, this is tasty as anything.
There's a bumper. A bumper's just exited stage left off the front of
Didn't
Logan's
need it.
car.
Just weighing him down.
Yeah, it's just, superfluous, isn't it, really? Spencer's in the pits again. What is going on with Spencer? Right, we're going to watch this very
He's
quickly.
probably got a season ticket.
I think he has, like, lifetime member. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing. Just give me a sec. Pete's been dumb. Here we go. Oh, he's just parked it. All right, that's the end of that then. So we don't know why Spencer is in the pits. Maybe he's gone to watch the footy. Right, so Tony Walker doing all right so far. He's managed to only lose 1 position, which means he's made up 2 positions. So well done to you. Oh, there's a few in the pits. Good grief. We've got a queue forming in here. Right, let's rejoin.
It's a bit early for a fueling stop.
It's impossible to do it from here, so we'll have to see what happens.
On the second lap.
Yeah.
So those cars are in trouble. They wouldn't want to be in the pits at this stage of things, folks. So
No, I think Spencer had some sort
unhappy drivers.
Yeah, I think Spencer had a technical issue because he's gone into the pits, sorted something out, and then left after 2 minutes. So I think he was resetting something. That's what that looks like to me.
Oh dear. Oh, that's unfortunate. We don't like to lose Spencer. He's our champion.
No, I know.
He's driving the #1 car, and we want to see it on the track.
Yeah. Christopher Smith's been to pit road twice already. We've not even done 2 laps.
Well, let's see if he goes 3 for 3.
Yeah. Matthias Schultz, however, is ticking off the laps and leading them, and he's getting points for all of these.
He is, and Pete Newman is sniffing less than a second behind now and putting up purple laps.
Yes, he is. Simon
That's
is...
not good news for Matthias.
It's not, however, Matthias is probably going to get 3 lead laps. That's all he needs. As Renee...
Jamie's hanging on nicely,
Oh.
but Carl is pouring on the coals here. Look at this.
Yes, he is.
And zoom.
Tony is doing a great job there. Carl leading from Simon Trendle.
Oh, he's keeping. That's great driving to keep Simon behind you even for a couple of minutes.
Well, yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, I wouldn't know. I've never had that happy experience.
Oh.
2 seconds is my record. There's another bumper gone.
I think that's...
Showing you totally how superfluous they are on these cars.
I thought for a minute there it was another of the SRG cars, but it's not. It's Navid's front bumper that's gone. Now, in theory, Navid can
slowing down
early. Yeah, who needs body work, huh? Oh, Pete Newman.
Oh,
hang on. What was that? Oh, right. So that got messy quickly.
Jay
and David. Yeah. Jay Corley has crashed, it says on my screen. So, where's he gone? He was super wide there. And then,
there isn't any road there, my dear.
You tried to get down a gap that never existed, Jay. Odd. Okay, let's go back to live racing, because that's fairly straightforward.
Bit bizarre.
A bit.
Mystery of the disappearing track.
Yeah. Oh, what was going on here? It won't let me go back to live running.
Oh.
There we go. Right, I'm back now. I'm back. We're back on live.
Oh, yes. You can tell these chaps are alive.
Yes, they're moving.
Yeah, well, they're moving really rather quickly and in close contention.
Yeah, Stephen Walker almost caught out by Daniel Mills. I just make names up all night, shall I?
I think this is a tough track to make. You know, when you've been reverse gridded into the middle of the field.
Yeah.
It's not an easy track to get by, and there's no slow drivers.
No, well, yeah. I can't believe how banked that corner is. Oh my God. That is Stephen Walker, and he's not wanting to wait.
No, but
he's having to, but he's not wanting to.
He knows it just shows you how tough it is.
Look at that.
Oh,
what an amazing overtake.
Brilliant piece of driving.
That was just sublime.
It's not the first time we've seen this kind of behaviour from him.
No, it's not. And Navid in the background has managed to reattach his bumper.
Wow.
Mid-race.
He's superhuman. Oh, jolly well done, Navid.
Yeah. That's impressive skills. Oh, no, he's not. No,
he hasn't. Damn shame.
Oh, Stephen Walker again. Oh, my God.
Oh, he's on the inside here.
Well, now he's put 2 positions between him and Navid.
Yes, and look who they are. It's not like these are easy.
It's Renee.
He's scooting by. Well, he's on fire now, he's Stephen.
Yes, he is. And this is a battle that's now brewed to boiling point, which is Renee and Daniel. Daniel wanting through here, and Navid trying to go around the outside.
Oh, so Mr. McKinsey next on. So that's not going to be easy either, crikey, because didn't he qualify in front of Stephen?
He did.
So there's not a lot in it in pace, is there?
No, not at all. That's David Ayres giving Jamie Jeffrey more room than he needed to. You could have got 3 articulated trucks between them 2 cars. Just thought I'd show that one as Jamie makes his way back through the field. This is where the business is.
Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? You can see the way they scooted down there. It's just absolutely brilliant.
It's wonderful to watch, isn't it? Matthias is holding his own in second. He's lost 1.7 seconds to Pete Newman, who's out here all on his own at the minute.
Pete is filling in his boots.
Matthias, where you going, mate? Left.
Here, Pete expects Spencer to pop out of nowhere any seconds, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's what normally happens when he's leading the race.
Spencer, though, is out.
But Spencer's not here, so Pete's making hay while the sun shines because he knows all those other fast chaps will be chasing.
Yeah, Carl
But
Hardy.
I've got to say,
Carl Hardy round the outside of Jamie Wilson.
Matthias has done a heck of a job. Lap 6.
Oh, 3 wide.
Still in second place. There's only Oh, 3 wide round there. Evans, look at this.
Really? Oh
Come on,
my
chap.
God!
Oh, say please. I mean, honestly.
Say please. Tony Walker gets a freebie, basically. Even though he was as wild as everybody else just then. And Logan... Oh, dearie me. Alan, pass me my blood pressure pills again.
Oh, I'm sorry, I finished them off.
Oh, have you? I'll have to go for the beer instead. Look at that! Simon Trundle! This is ridiculous.
Oh, I love that camera shot where you get all of them coming down.
Naveed's joining the party now.
Well, it's like a Helter Skelter, isn't it? Look at that.
It is, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
What's that from Tony Walker as well? Oh, he's got... well, Simon Trundle's car is a bit battered, but I'm sure he'll get that fast repaired later. Good God.
Well, we're on lap 7. You might be thinking about fuel.
I thought we were on lap 14. Oh, Jamie Wilson. Is that Stephen? Yeah, Stephen Walker. Doesn't need asking twice. We've seen it already. He knows that Naveed's like hot on his tail. So he's trying to get through all this field as fast as he can.
Yeah. Well, Naveed is quick tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, Naveed's car looks evil with no front bumper on it. It looks like it's going to eat all the cars in front of it.
It makes it easier to take a bite.
Yeah. It's like Silence of the Lambs, you know, with his little mask thing with the grate on it. Good God.
That's why he's taking it off.
Yeah.
Now, these chaps are pretty crowded going up there, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, there's quite a few now that have got no front bumper on. There's 3 of them. Clearly superfluous to the performance of the car.
And I thought we were going to see some close racing tonight, Pete.
These guys are bolted together. Oh, there we go. Simon Trundle taking an early dive to pit road.
He will get his repairs, but he wouldn't have done that without careful thought.
No.
And Jamie stayed out then, so last week they're both coming together.
They did. Not so this week, and Naveed has just absolutely skilled it underneath Jamie Wilson there on triple gauche.
You just can't argue with it. It's like we see these unarguable passes, don't you? The guy being passed has got to just tip the hat and say too good.
Be compliant is the best way to go with it, isn't it? Stephen underneath Carl now, and he's got that done mid-apex, which is remarkable. Jamie Jeffrey picking up positions further back.
Very hard to stay with Stephen. It's a big ask, and the last thing you want to do is start to overdrive.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. It's very easy to get into that trap of trying to just stay with someone who's just that little bit quicker, and suddenly you find yourself just slightly overdriving, and you've spun.
Yeah. So Jay Crawley just passed Fiona on his recovery drive. There's quite a lot of pro cars and pro-am cars at the back of this field now, making their way back through. Jay Crawley's just
Captain.
ticked off Chris Dixon, or has Chris Dixon crashed?
Oh, is that somebody going in the pits?
Don't know. Oh, it's Jamie Wilson. He's gone in 1 lap after his teammate.
Right.
Fiona's just overtaken her teammate, Chris Dixon. There's Jamie into his pit box.
Simon's come out in 19th.
Simon has come out in 19th place, yes. Where will Jamie Wilson come out in comparison to him? Because he was just... Oh dear! That was Naveed getting his braking point very wrong.
Oh, look at that. It's giving it back.
Yeah. So let's
well done, Naveed. Tip of the hat to you for that, my friend.
Yeah. So let's have a quick look at this. Let's just go and have a look at
Naveed's.
We're loving the
and we're loving the courtesy.
Oh, he's not sent it, but he was...
but very close.
He would have got it...
as close to send as anybody would.
Yeah.
This quality.
He was going to get it down for the apex. That's the thing.
Oh, there's another bumper.
Yeah. Who needs bumpers? You know.
Well, that was very courteous driving.
It was.
And he just slightly overplayed himself there, and it's very easy to do when you're pressing on so hard.
Yeah,
and he's certainly pressing on hard.
Yeah, I don't know how damaging the damage model is for something like that.
Yes. Well, yes. Don't we have cumulative damage now?
I think we do, yeah. Which
Because
sounds...
he's already had a batter as Navid.
He has. It's been a bit of a rough ride, but he's still doing well. Everybody's peeling off the pit
skipper
road.
going in the pits.
It is. Stephen Walker's gone in as well, but Navid has just carried on. He clearly doesn't need like bits of car to be attached in order to race fast. Is his steering straight? That's the key point, isn't it?
We can't tell at the moment.
Not yet, because this left-hander, as you said before...
Yeah, we'll find out in an hour or two.
Yeah, we get hungry halfway around it. Steering looks all right to me.
Yeah, it's not a mile off.
No, that's fine.
It's well within the 15-degree acceptable limits.
Yeah, 15 degree. Brilliant. Right, okay, Pete Newman leads this race. He's in a different race to everybody else, because he's 6 seconds ahead of Matthias Schultz.
Who's doing an absolutely brilliant job here.
He is. Fantastic
I mean,
work.
he's got some of the best drivers on iRacing chasing after him, and he's made that gap and he's held it.
Yeah, Tony Walker is in third at the minute, and
There's
Logan
been chaos behind him.
I know, and that's where you want it as a racer, isn't it? Behind you, that's
exactly.
fine. Behind is fine. Logan McKenzie is in fourth and trying to get back onto a podium slot. Daniel Mills fifth with Rene for very close company. These positions have reversed since the start, so Rene wants his position back. Then we've got the much damaged and into the pit lane Naveed Hussain.
Right, lap 11.
Yep, you'll see all the panels reattached to that. There we go. Oh, and the paint's changed.
How
does that work?
How does that work?
Yeah. Multiple bumpers. He's got several car bodies just waiting to attach new bits.
This is a hell of a drive by T.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, massive drive by T. Over the line comes this mob, and that is near. Oh yeah, it is now. Nice overtake there. Simon Trundle. So that was Christopher Smith unlapping himself. Because he's been into the pits twice already for damage. He's still going to get decent points though. That's the crazy thing.
If you're out there, you're going to score points.
Yeah. Russell Cowell picks up a position off David Ayres.
They're spread out a little bit now, so they've got a little bit more breathing room, which makes it easier for me to breathe as well, thankfully.
Yeah, someone who hasn't got any breathing room is Logan McKenzie, because T is bearing down.
Yes.
Well, actually, he's just overtaken T. He's got his position onto the podium.
We haven't had a big rush to the pits, have we? So
no, we should have a look.
Certainly leaving it a bit. They're leaving it a bit today.
Yeah, so this is how Logan got onto the podium positions. Cut back and late on the brakes.
Oh.
Yeah, nice control, very nice.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Textbook stuff.
Yeah. No arguing with that, and I'm sure there won't be any complaints because that was beautiful to see.
Yeah, and this is the situation that faces the fast guys if they pit early. So David and Russell have come out in mid AM class, if you know what I mean, who are yet to pit. I mean, it's an exciting prospect for us to watch as they carve their way through. But it does mean that they are in with the developing drivers. Going round the outside here to cut back, I think. Yeah, that's a lovely cut back. That's very nicely done. Well done.
Yes. Well, they're getting a bit of a feel for that corner now.
Yes.
Because it is a bit of a puzzler at first.
It is. Jamie Wilson. Oh, and Stephen Walker having a bit of a ding-dong. And that is Naveed behind them both.
Not what you want to see in your rear-view mirror.
Not even a little bit. And they've got Chris Dixon just up the road who owes us a pit stop. So this could get pretty tasty pretty fast.
Oh.
And we know that Jamie Wilson's good at keeping cars behind him, isn't he? He's good at his racecraft. Yeah, he is.
Master of it. But always utterly fair.
Oh, yeah. Roger Morton to pit road. Oh! Stephen into the back of Jamie there. And he's going to let Naveed
That was
through.
cozy.
Chris
Oh, dear,
Dixon's
dear,
gone to the
dear.
pits.
You don't need to be giving Navid any kind of encouragement.
No, you don't. And he's had all the
Oh, he's
encouragement
going
he
to
needs.
He's got the inside here, and he's going to eat this alive now.
Yeah. Job done for Naveed. Now he's got the prospect of trying to get past Jamie Wilson, who we know can position a car very, very keenly.
These two
that said,
pitted.
all of them have.
Navid's pitted.
Yeah. All these three have.
Tony pit. Oh, Tony's pitted as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Fiona's catching this bunch, slowly but surely, but whilst they bicker and squabble. But
That's
that's
good
gonna,
driving from Fee. Well done, Fee.
Yeah, she owes us a pit stop, but still.
Yeah.
Driving onto the back of this group, that's impressive.
Yeah, that is very good turn of pace. Because they're going quick.
3 different manufacturers of car here, fighting it out. Oh,
I just think
3 different lines going over that hill. Oh, look at him go.
These people can bring the best out of the cars. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh,
I know, a bit of chaos there.
Yeah.
Didn't want that.
Jamie's waiting on track.
Jamie's waiting.
Legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jamie's still going.
Oh dear, I hope he hasn't got trouble.
Let's go on board with him quickly. Doesn't look like
That looks okay. That looks okay, doesn't it? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that looks okay. Yep. I mean, it wasn't a massive hit. It was just like a huge rub, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's fine.
Right, Matthias is now under bags of pressure from Logan. And this is for the podium position.
It's great defending.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm very impressed by this performance.
Oh, look at T. He's having a sniff.
He's driving out of his class, and he's driving at the top of his class.
He is. And
this is a fantastic performance by him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in a different race, many, many miles away, is Pete Newman, nearly 10 seconds ahead.
Yes. That's a handsome lead indeed.
It certainly is.
I don't know what are the lap times like for Mr. Kinsey.
Mr. McKinsey is doing a 128.6. Mr. Newman.
128.6.
Yeah, Mr. Newman has done a 127.6.
Oh, okay, but they're in a fight, so
yeah. Excuse me.
I suspect that he'll be able to go a bit faster. I'm just wondering if he might be able to, if they're equitable, he won't be able to close a 10-second gap.
No, true.
I'd like to see a chase, which is other Pete. It'd be great to have a stern chase, but stern chase is a long chase.
Yeah.
You ask any sailor.
Yeah. Right, so our effective leader after pit stops is Simon Trendle. Everybody ahead of Simon Trendle on your timing tower has not yet pitted. In fact, I'm going to make it more obvious to you by doing this.
Let's see. 11, 4, 15, 16. How long's pit stop, Pete? Less than 25 seconds?
No, more. Full pit stop lane time is around 36 seconds.
Ooh. That's enough to... Is that enough to get in front of Mr. Newman?
No. No, it isn't. By about half a second.
Yeah, it's close, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Just doing a quick counter. There's not an awful lot in that.
No, I mean, in theory, as long as he can start ticking off faster laps, Simon Trendle will
Oh, Simon, he knows all about this. He's absolute master of doing that.
He is. He also had one of the fastest pit stops. So whether he's got enough fuel on board, I mean, he'll be able to manage his own race, right, if he ends up leading. But we'll see what happens here. It's going to be an interesting prospect.
Yes, well, Pete's pretty smart. So I just think he'll be aware of what's happening behind him.
Yeah, Naveed
So
is just about to pass Fiona. Trying to go around the outside of this hairpin here.
kept it tight.
Il
Well done,
Pont, I think
Fee.
that's called.
It's fine driving to keep that as tight in around there. You have to do a lot of steering.
Yeah, Tony Walker's to pit road, so we'll see where he's going to filter back out.
Oh, come on,
Been an
Tony.
impressive drive on his return to us. There
Been a
goes-
stunning performance so far.
Yeah, very good. Pete Newman continues to lead this race. He's already got his 3 points that he can do for leading laps. He probably won't want to pit because it'll put him in the midst of drivers that might slow him down.
He will certainly be staying out there absolutely as long as he can because he's got a light car, getting increasingly lighter, and he's got a very good. His pace is great because he's maintained this 10-second gap for a long time now.
Yeah, and Tony Walker's come out right on the boot lid of Carl Hardy. So I think this one's going to be a tough little battle as Tony goes or tries to go down the inside. Carl shuts the door firmly in his
Old
face.
friends, so old opponents as well. These know each other like the back of each other's hands.
Yeah, no strangers at all. I would say that Tony has
identical
got...
machinery by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think Tony's got the pace on him though.
Well, he certainly did have in the quali,
Yes.
which just shows you, because that wouldn't have been the case a few seasons ago.
No, Tony took a massively late apex then to get the drive up and over the hill, and it did work out for him to a point. And he's taking much more wide lines into corners than Carl is. And it's giving him a bit of an advantage.
Oh, it's not hard. It's not easy to get by. It's a hard pass for all those years in karts.
Yeah, there's plenty of other cars dropping into pit lane at the minute. Daniel Mills, Arnaud Chenonnier. Daniel Mills has come out reasonably close. Well, maybe not. I was going to say reasonably close to Simon Trundle, but he's 4 seconds
So
behind him.
how is Simon's lap time looking?
Simon had a slow lap last time round, so I think there was an overtake in it. So this is going to be very, very close when Pete Newman does pit the car. Oh, as Jamie Wilson gets another position off Arnaud Chenonnier this time. Oh, or does he? He's a bit sliding sideways into that one.
Yeah, well, crikey, he was great on the brakes there, wasn't he, Jamie?
It was very impressive. Carl keeps Tony Walker behind him, which frankly I'm a bit surprised about because Tony's been so rapid tonight.
Well, you know, seeing Tony behind him is going to put stick of ginger up Carl's arse.
Yes, it is. Stick it. Oh dear. I'm not going to remember all these. You're going to have to write them down for me because some of these are just too good. That's brilliant. I'm going to be giggling about that all night now. That's what happens to me. Pete Newman now leads by over 10 seconds from Logan McKenzie in second. Matthias Schultz in third, who's got Rene Earhart, what's that, like 6 seconds behind him. And they all owe us a pit stop, as do Dietmar Hoos, also from Cutting Corny TCR team, and Jay Corley, who has been much delayed throughout both of these races, actually. Right, so...
Yes, and there's that very significant 10-second gap and 14-second gap in the top 5.
Yes.
Which are going to have impact.
Naveed Hussain has literally just posted the fastest lap of this race, 1:27.49.
Oh, it's a cracking lap.
It is. He did better in the previous race, 1:27.0. So I think the best is yet
Wow,
to
can you
come.
really do a 27 flat? Crikey,
Yeah.
that's frustrating when it goes to a 26, isn't it?
Isn't it just? Yeah.
It's always that cusp thing. I bet he's wound up about that. I would be.
He's got a good target. Jamie Jeffrey is no slouch in these cars, so
No, indeed. He's no slouch in any car. You want to see him
Uh,
taking his mum's Mini to the shops.
yeah, no. Naveed would have been further up the order, obviously, if there wasn't a coming together earlier, which delayed him. So we're still sweating it out for the top 6 racers to join pit road and do their scheduled stops. Let's have a look at where Tony is in relation to Carl, in relation to Stephen. So his brother's behind him.
Yes. But it's not. It doesn't get past as easy as he used to.
No, Tony has got a lot faster in recent seasons. He's obviously had a lot on this particular season. This is his first race week with us.
This is a good little battle between him and Carl. I'm surprised that Carl's holding him off so well. I
Yeah.
thought Tony would really be giving him a much harder time than this.
Yeah, Carl's pulled away over the last few laps. Russell Carroll's gone to pit road again because he was one of the cars in the crashes at the start who had to pit at the start. So he's going to rejoin somewhat delayed again, but he's not doing bad actually. He's going to come out in 19th. So there's going to be some good points on offer there for him. And
All
for
points are
the
good
team.
points, aren't they, Pete?
Absolutely. Right, Renee.
But look at the track. Look at that. Look at the way the cars are spread out. These bunches, they're still fighting and scrapping.
I know.
It's a busy old circuit.
Who is car 8? No, who's 8th place? Daniel Mills. Right, this is why. 2 teammates.
Yeah.
Christopher Smith in the lead car, the Audi, is a lap down on the Veloster behind, which is in the hands of Daniel Mills, who's just picked up another position because Dietmar Hoos has gone to pit road finally. So where he comes out, we'll find out shortly.
Simon up to 6th.
Yeah, slowly making his way to the top of the pile. That's Jake
Well,
Corley
he's just
in front of
behind
him.
Jake Corley, who owes the pit stop.
Yes. I don't think he'll I don't think he'll scrap for this too much, actually. But he kind of needs to because Pete Newman is outside the window presently.
Wow.
If my numbers are right on the screens, Pete Newman leads this race now by nearly 11 seconds. Owes us a pit stop, so yet to be determined where he will come out. Logan McKinsey is the car 10.4 seconds behind. No front bumper on that. Who needs one when you can go that fast? And then Matthias Schultz for Tits Performance. Renee has just entered pit road, so this will be interesting. Finding out where he rejoins. I'm thinking somewhere around David Johansson or lower than that, maybe. Maybe, don't know. I can't count. I don't know what's going on. Jay Corley has gone to pit road as well. Must be getting to the end of that window. We've got 9 minutes to race.
Wow. How much fuel has Pete got in that car?
Yeah. Solar powered Elantra, I think that is. Right, so I was nearly right. Jake Corley's exiting. Oh, where did Renee come out? Renee came out ahead of Jamie Jeffrey. Oh, right. Well, I was calculating very wrong. Navida's caught up with Jamie Jeffrey. So this is going to be the next exciting overtake.
Yeah, well, that's easier said than done.
Yeah, Jamie Jeffrey, real world racer, knows, we've seen it so many times, knows how to professionally position his car to most effective track use.
And there's points on this. This is a live one. This is not like these are both pros racing for the Pro Championship. The points matter.
Yeah, so the top 3 cars, the only ones not to have pitted, are all in pit road on the same lap. So that's the end of the fuel. And Simon Trendle making his way round the last turn now. So this is going to be interesting. See where...
Oh, this is going to be tight.
So Pete Newman is already on the racing circuit, so that's not worked out well for Simon Trendle at all for winning this. That's Matthias Schultz in pit
He's
road.
got Matthias.
Logan McKenzie is just a little bit further ahead.
So Simon's now
He's there.
rock solid in third, and
Pretty much, yeah. He's gonna
in
have
the
to.
chase, he's got a chase. He's only 1.5 off Logan, so that's going to be an interesting contest to the end of this race. Now, can he actually close that gap? Because I think Pete is beyond catching.
Yeah, I agree. And Jamie Jeffrey is now side by side with Naveed Hussain, who takes that tighter line and makes that stick. Does he or not? He came out shallow, but that Audi does grunt quite well.
He
Doesn't
did. Gobbled up there, didn't he? He used
Yeah.
the power of that car. And,
Yeah.
had a great line and just stomped it up the hill.
Yeah. Pedal on the right, buried into the
Made it look very
underfloor.
easy to getting past
did.
Jamie, and it's normally not easy getting past Jamie.
No,
so
not
it just
at all.
shows you how much clout that car's got in a straight line.
That's it, isn't it? It's point and squirt, that one. So,
The brothers are at it
Yeah.
large here.
Walker
But
brothers.
they'll be loving that. Tony will be thinking, well, keep him in behind me. Oh, look at this, Stephen. Trying to wind him up. Oh, this is great stuff.
It is, it's good fun.
There's my skipper. What's he doing? 6th place. Fantastic drive by Carl.
Yeah, he's got.
I've been impressed by this tonight, but I've been impressed by Matthias as well. Fantastic drives by the pair of them. And look at Dan Mills, but I've got used to seeing Dan so massively out of position.
I know, yeah. Unbelievably good. There's a lot of pro drivers further down the field than they should be because of the incidents at the start. So that was Christopher Smith letting Carl go. Obviously, he's a lap down.
Oh, it would have been blue flagged.
Yeah. And that is Matthias Schultz just ahead of Carl. And ominously for Carl, well, maybe not. He's got his brother to contend with first, hasn't he? Stephen Walker.
Well, Stephen's not making any progress against T here.
No. He's not. I think the wrong brother has the lucky pants on today. I think that's what's going on here.
Well, this is delicious to see these two scrapping like this. That's
Right.
just absolutely delightful. Tony's wasted all his life. Come on, lad.
So, yeah, Pete Newman still leads this race by a huge amount. 8 seconds is his lead.
8 minutes.
8
years.
minutes, yeah, maybe, yeah. Logan McKenzie is on the second step of the podium presently with Simon Trendle. Is he closing him down? No, he's not. So Logan was half a second faster on the last lap than Simon.
Logan's pulling Pete. He's reduced it down to 8 seconds.
Yeah,
10.
he has. You're right. He's lapping a lot faster actually, lap on lap. In fact, they were both in the pits at the same time. Logan had a much shorter pit stop, so maybe he managed to save a lot of fuel, whereas Pete obviously couldn't because he was in free air the whole time.
Free air, yeah. So,
Tony Walker and Stephen Walker really getting it on now.
yeah, they're having a great time. Well, that must be fantastic for them. I'm absolutely delighted to see them enjoying this circuit, enjoying racing each other.
This is also
And I'm delighted to see this because this is killer. Carl and Matthias going at it. It's just what a race they're having. It's brilliant performance by the pair of them. These guys are green. Dan Mills is a pro driver by anybody's standard, but Matthias and Carl are driving out of their skin and out of their league at the moment, and they're occupying great places in the pro standings.
They are.
And they're still going at it. This is still undecided because Carl hasn't finished here, has he?
No.
He wants well, Mr. Short, you've got your hands full.
As does Renee, and Jamie Wilson's just overtaken Dietmar Hoos with 2 minutes to go. Just 2 minutes to go. We're going to pick up the white flag shortly. at that. Super late on the brakes.
Ooh, that was
Majestic.
Oh, he's
Not got
not
it
going to give
done.
it in. He's going to go super late on the brakes.
Renee is fighting this every millimetre.
Oh,
Super wide. You're going to get the banking effect. Cut back maybe.
so,
Oh, bit of a nudge. Just a touch.
goodness me.
Still. Oh, and Naveed having to stop. Odd.
What's that about?
I don't know.
Sure, his car was okay.
Yeah, I thought so. He's gone to pits, so he's reset the
Oh,
car.
yeah.
Not sure why. Maybe it did something critical to the car.
It seemed like he made a very fast decision if that was the case.
Yeah,
Dear me. It must have been a harder impact than we thought, Pete.
maybe. But this
That
is.
does happen.
We're on the last lap now.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, to get right to the end of the race and have that happen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a bit gutted for the lad. After all that work he's done a fantastic drive.
Yeah, we'll find out what happened there because that was a bit.
Well, it's not time to do replays, is it?
Not really. Not with all this going on.
39 minutes and 40-minute race.
That's Christopher Smith getting out of the way there.
Yeah. Well done, Chris.
So Tony, the Walker brothers swapped places while all that was going on, by the way. And I think Tony had a bit of a.
Tony must have had something. He's
Yeah.
got the gap there. That must have been something. He's had a something.
Matthias not able to get that position back from Pete Newman over the line.
Congratulations to Pete.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic victory.
And Logan.
And he's put laps into some of our guys.
He certainly has. Logan over second. Simon Trendle third over the line.
Well done, Simon. That was he drove beautifully. He
Certainly
did pull a third place out of there against some very fierce competition, I've got to say.
Oh, this is quite a dash to the line here. This is a drag race. Roger and Jay Corley.
Roger.
Jay, is it
Got
Jay?
that one.
Jay's not out of fuel, is he?
It was certainly slow coming down that back straight.
He's not out of fuel though. It didn't seem like he was.
He probably thought Roger's so handsome and irresistible and charming.
Where's
Go by.
There's Mr. Flashy Light Man. There he is. Russell Cowell still to get over the line. So a few drivers out of position from where you'd expect them to be. Russell being one of them. He's usually much higher up the order. So
Chris Smith 2 laps down, but still finishing the race, still driving on, and still being polite on the circuit. Very nice to see. Credit to himself, credit to the league.
Yeah, that was very strange at the end there with Naveed. Let's just have a look at what happened. So, thrashing it out, Naveed through.
Going fast.
Bit of a nudge.
Oh.
Didn't look like anything
That didn't look like
significant.
much, did it? That just looked like just a normal race. I expected to see him sprint up the hill.
Yeah.
Most peculiar.
Let's just go on board with him. So, got my job done. Bit of a nudge.
Bit of a nudge, but that was all it was. Oh, got lots of revs, but he's not moving. Oh,
maybe that was a bit more terminal than we thought.
Yeah, that was definitely something. It looked like his car died, didn't it?
Wasn't much of a thing though, was it? Really?
No, that wasn't a mechanical damage.
No,
that's
very
a
strange.
technical thing or something. That was a bit weird.
Yeah.
But very unfortunate though. I feel sorry for the lad. I do really. He's a very nice lad, and
Me too.
you don't deserve that to happen to you. Nobody does, especially after you work so hard to get a result.
What was that? DDoS. Just trying to see what Harry George is saying on the chat, but I'm not sure I understand what his message is. So, Pete Newman wins our feature race this evening for Result X Pure Sims Esports. He won by about 6 years over Logan McKinsey. Oh, we've got this juddering thing going on. Just one sec. It disappears if I do that. From Logan McKenzie, who finished second for Sim Racing Grid. And then third on the bottom step of the podium was Simon Trendle for Team Chimera. Daniel Mills finished fourth and first in class for Pro-Am for RD Simsport. Cal Hardy finished fifth and second in class for Safeguard by Result, with Matthias Schultz finishing sixth and third in class for Tits Performance. Stephen Walker finished seventh for Spectre 6, with Tony Walker in eighth. Ninth was Renee Earhart for Cutting Corny TCR team. Jamie Jeffrey finished 10th for Coopers and Convertibles Racing, with David Johansson in 11th for Sim Racing Grid. Roger Morton finished 12th for Safeguard by Result, with Jake Corley in 13th for Result X Pure Sims. Jimmy Wilson finished in 14th for Team Chimera. Dietmar Hoos finished in 15th for Cutting Corny TCR team. And then Arnaud Chenonnier brought home the honours for top AM-class driver home for Airsmart Racing in 16th. Second in class, David Ayres, Safeguard by Result, finished 17th. Russell Cowell finished 18th for Spectre 6, with Fiona Siddons taking third in class, finishing 19th overall for Work Guard by Result, ahead of her teammate Chris Dixon in 20th. And then Anthony Hilton finished 21st for Mellow Motorsport. Naveed Hussain classified 2 laps down. 2 laps down, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Why is it 2 laps? I don't know. In 22nd for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White. Christopher Smith finished 23rd, or classified 23rd, 4 laps down for RD Simsport. And then Spencer McCarthy, who we don't know what happened really, pulled over to the side of the road. 24th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. 27 laps down, so that was on the first lap, I think, wasn't it? Did they do? Yeah.
Yes, he went on the bottom, and it was the last corner, wasn't it? The first lap.
Yeah.
Peculiar thing.
Yeah, bit crazy. Some of that. Right, let's go and I need to go to the YouTube and find
Dum. Oh, we're going to get lots of things revealed.
Well, hopefully, because
the slogan's here. He's going to tell us what happened, and Naveed's going to tell us what happened.
Right, let's go and find out who.
Wow.
Right, we're going to bring in Mr. Where's my move to button?
Can you click this thing so I can see who won the race?
Oh yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
Right, let me see if I can do this yet. No, I can't. Right, is that because I've done something with streamer mode? Let's have a look and see now if I've got control of everybody again. No, I don't. I can't move anyone. That's odd, isn't it?
Can't move anyone?
Don't think so. Let me try and move Stephen. Can't move anybody. What's going on there?
Do you want me to try it?
I don't think you've got permissions.
Oh.
Oddest thing ever. I can't move anybody.
I don't have to do it anyway.
Oh my word! This is a bizarre situation that I've never encountered before.
No, it's not something I've even heard of. Never mind encountered.
Yeah. Bizarre. Why can I not move people?
Let's go into the interview waiting room.
Let's do that.
You pop in there and give them some spiel.
Yeah, I'll have to reset the stream for you, but when we get there, we'll do that. Right then.
In my defence,
I'm in here because I can't move anybody in Discord for some inexplicable reason. So you're all gonna have to shut up while I talk to the individual people. So bizarre. Just let me put the stream back up for.
we go to like just a random channel down there and join you in that one.
Yeah, why not? I'll go and find a different channel. I can't drag you in though, can I?
Might have fixed itself by now.
Maybe,
Go back in the live
maybe.
move and try and see if it's fixed itself.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just won't be a sec, guys. Won't be a sec. Right, let's see if I can move anybody around now. No, still not got any permissions. Can't change roles, can't do anything. Right, so no, there's the answer to that one.
What? How did that happen?
Just on the BSTV system.
Pardon?
Ew.
Still didn't work.
No, still didn't work. Can't move anybody to any other channels, which is...
So,
Oh, that's weird. Can Alan do it?
no.
If you right-click on a name, Alan, can you move them into the...
No, I haven't got it on my thing.
No, fair enough. So we're just going to have to do it this way. Naveed Hussain, good evening. This is going to be weird. Is Naveed?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, there he is. All right, okay, welcome. And hello from the UK. So let's talk about the first race first, obviously. A victory, a flag to flag. Your qualifying time was pretty spectacular, but Stephen kept you honest in that one. I think he was only 0.1 of a second slower than you were. You kind of bossed that one. You etched out a lead and continued to increase your lead. Seemed like a good flag-to-flag controlled race.
Yeah, race 1 was a lot more straightforward than the second race, I'll say that much. But yeah, race 1 was not too bad. I knew I was like, the Audi is pretty good on the uphill sections here. And yeah, I think once I got out of draft, it was like just manage the pace and see how quick I can go without overheating the fronts. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I was pretty happy with the first race, honestly. I couldn't really have gone any better than it did. Qualifying was not too bad. I did, like, my first lap, I think, was my fastest lap, and then I just, like, messed up every single lap afterwards. So,
Right, okay.
yeah, I think my optimal in qualifying was 26.7 if I actually hooked it up.
Wow.
Like, turn one, every single time on turn one on the second part of the triple left-hander,
Yeah.
I'd get like oversteer and instantly the lap would be gone. And yeah,
Okay.
that's how that went. But I was like, it was still not too bad. The first lap on the coldest tires, I was like happy with it. I didn't know it would stand the test of time, so to speak, but I was happy enough that it did.
No, that was excellent. We saw you coming out of a lot of corners, actually. Shallow compared to other people, but the Audi just seems to monster the straight line acceleration. It looked so impressive.
Yeah, thanks. I think, yeah, I just found with every car that was better. I did some laps in the Honda and I did some laps in the Veloster, and that's just, I just think it's a little bit quicker to keep tight. I think if you're kind of scrubbing out to the left and the right coming out of corners, you're scrubbing the tires, but I don't think you can carry the speed.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion. But yeah, that's just how I drive the track. I think it's the quickest way around it for me anyway.
Horses for courses.
Yeah, definitely. Is this your first race around Lédenon?
Yeah, I only drove it on Monday, and
Okay.
I've watched some onboards on YouTube, and it looks pretty interesting. So it's okay-ish track. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's a very...
It's hard to race on, as I
Yeah.
demonstrated in the second race.
Well, let's talk about that because the second race happened and you seem to be carving your way through the field. Well, it was a very measured progress through the field at first. I thought it was a very professional and calm, mature approach to it. And then there was a couple of incidents along the way. Some drivers waiting for you. You know, the sportsmanship in this league is quite significant. And then latterly, towards the end of the race, in fact, I think it was on the penultimate lap, you had it coming together with, was it Renee? I can't remember. I think it was Renee Earhart. And you pulled over to the side of the road and stopped. What was something terminal in that?
Well, with the the amount of incidents I had at the start of the race, crashing into everybody, I was on for the last like 12 minutes of the race. I was on 14x, so I was just trying to be as careful as possible.
And that brought you over.
self-inflicted. Like it's not like, oh God, Renee hit me. Like it was my own fault.
Right.
I drove terrible in the second race, and I apologise to everybody I had contact with.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, Renee just tapped my rear bumper and it put me on 18. Then I got like a 4x1, and
Right.
it was the last lap, so there was no point in really.
Well, that explains that then, Alan, because we were.
Yes, yeah, we came in cold because we were really curious about what had happened.
Yeah.
I never thought of that, but yeah, that makes perfect sense. And unfortunate end to your race, but I hope you enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed watching it tonight. It's been fantastic racing.
Yeah, it was great fun. Thanks. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Excellent. Well, that's why we're here, for you guys to enjoy your racing and for us to enjoy watching you doing it. Where do we go next? Anybody know? Anybody? Pete's going to go and find out, because I've only got like 20 people in the room or something. Oh, Magello. Thank you, Fiona. Magello on an endurance race, so this will be an 80-minute race.
Oh,
That's going to be
it's the endurance race next week.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm going to enjoy it. Have you raced there much? I mean, Magello's been around for a couple of seasons now, hasn't it?
I haven't. Have I raced Magello on a set of Corsa like maybe 10 years ago. I haven't driven it since.
10 years. Really? You don't sound old enough. But, no. I like Magello. I've watched many races there. Most of the races I've watched on there have been on two-wheeled vehicles rather than four. But I think it's going to be a brilliant prospect for TCRs around there.
It's a fantastic circuit. Yeah. I love it. I go there in my Ferrari just to drive it.
Really? Right, okay.
It's got an absolute raft of beautiful third gear corners, and it's just gorgeous.
Spectacular track. Well,
flows like water.
Yeah. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go? And I don't know, you might even have to buy it. I don't know. If it's been 10 years since you raced it, it's probably in your shopping basket.
I'll certainly have to buy it. I think my shout outs are going to be apologies. I'd like to apologize to Stephen. I'd like to apologize to David as well. And anybody else I came in contact with, my apologies. It won't happen again. I drove absolutely awfully in the second race. And yeah, my apologies.
Was that David Johansson?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, don't apologise to him, because in about 10 seconds he's going to ask me if I've updated the scoring standings, which winds me up every week. So that's fine. But a pleasure watching you race, as always. You getting some of the overtakes you did. I don't think you've done yourself justice there. Yeah, yes, you've got into some people and had some collisions along the way, but your talent behind the wheel is phenomenal. And you know, we love watching you race. So don't beat yourself up about it too much, and we look forward to seeing you, hopefully, racing with us next week at Magello. Naveed Hussain, everybody.
Thanks.
Well done, matey.
I can't kick him out, Alan. So he's
just
going to sit there now, you know.
Yeah, that's all right.
Next up,
do a bit of knitting. You probably do a bit of knitting, I expect.
Well, why
I've
not?
got mine out now. Knit pearl.
Pearl one. Yeah, pearl. Don't drop any though. Don't drop any. Stephen Walker, do you have a copy, sir?
I do. Hello.
Hello.
Alloy. That's normally what we get. Alloy Sabloy.
Hola.
Hola, amigos.
Hola.
Welcome to the booth, which is now the interview room, but we're skirting across this because Pete's lost all control of Discord. First race, sorry. You saw a lot of Naveed's car disappearing off into the horizon, getting smaller and smaller, by about, I think it was only about 1/10 a lap or 2/10 a lap or something. Yeah, it was. You started off in second place. You gave him a qualifying session to remember, because you were, I think it was 0.14 or 0.15 of a second behind him. So talk us through race one.
Yeah, like we've had a few practice sessions together, and I knew that the Audi was just quick, and obviously he's a quick driver, and anyway, so to be closer to him, and I just think the Audi really excelled here up them hills, and I think Naveed mastered the track better than I did, to be honest. I couldn't really like the car was good. The car felt good. I think it was more the driver than the car, if I'm honest. So yeah, I did well. Just I think it was about 4.67 seconds at the end of the first race, which, if I'm honest, over a 20-minute race, I'll take that. I stuck with him for the first 4 laps maybe, and then as my tires went off, and then I started worrying about, I think it was Logan was behind me as well, so I kept the gap at about 0.7. Like, it would ebb and flow across the race, and so I knew that I was never catching Naveed unless he got a slowdown or made a mistake. So I just wanted to make sure I finished second, and it was Logan I really needed to finish ahead of anyway, from championship perspective, I think, if I remember correctly. So I was just focusing on that, and then I think my tires were a bit better than his for the last, I don't know, 3-4 laps, and I just managed to get the gap over a second. But it was something that was conscious in my mind. Obviously, he's a very quick driver as well. And then race two is a thing, wasn't it? Wasn't it just?
It was.
Wasn't it?
Me and Alan are tired. We need a nap because that was a bit intense. I mean, a new track to so many people, and we see this a lot when we go to new tracks. There's some absolutely fantastic features here. That banked corner is just remarkable, where you guys are taking like 140% of the track limits.
Yeah, the track limits here are just, one half of the track is like, oh, easy, don't stray over there, and then the other half's like, no, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You want more track here?
16
take it
miles
more.
wide. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was. I just wanted to stay out of trouble on the first few laps because obviously because it's a new track, the pace difference between the top 15 was quite big, like bigger than the last few weeks and normal for this league, because obviously it's a really close league up and down. But so it was just a case of making your way through if you could, capitalize on other people's mistakes, and it was going all right. And then I think 2 cars were in front of me, too wide, and I was like, well, I'll just follow the car on the inside. And as I went to the inside, Naveed's Audi was like, "Hey-oh," and knocked me into, I think it was Jay. I don't know, but at the time, so at the time I couldn't. I don't really know what happened. I thought, oh, was there a car on my inside and I've not noticed? But no, it appeared out of nowhere. And then so that gave me wheel damage, and then again, I was making my way through. I was having some really good racing with everyone. I think me and Jamie Wilson had some really good racing, and like it was a lot of fun. And then as I turned into the hairpin, I saw, like, in a peripheral vision, Naveed or an Audi just go towards the apex, and I was like, please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. And then I was spinning around and into the barrier, so I had to pit. Luckily the pit window was open. Then I had to pit and use one of my 6 million fast repairs. And then when I went back out, I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I can still. I thought I might be in with a shout of a top 5, which I would have taken at the start of the race, quite frankly, because the reverse grids and the new track and it is quite good. And then I think I'd gone past Jamie again. I think I pulled one of my better moves. I love racing Jamie; it's so much fun. And then I just got T-boned again in the same corner in the same manner, and I think it was Fiona. Like, it's one of them things. But at that point, I had 12-13x. It's still 25-30 minutes of the race left to go. I was the same as Naveed for the last, I think, 15 minutes. I was on 14x. So I couldn't. I knew if I was catching anyone, but I had damage from that again. So I cleared 2 lots of wheel damage, got some more wheel damage, 14x, and there's one corner. It's so easy to get an off track, so I just managed to stay out of trouble. My brother thankfully gave me a little 1 place back, so I multi-21 him. I appreciate him for doing that.
Good to see T back though. Good to see T back racing.
Yeah, I think he just got on well with the track. Like, to be fair, like, the track was great, the racing was great. It was just a few little things, but it's just racing a tight track that no one's really used to, and when there's such a pace advantage, it can be difficult to navigate things. But like, I'm not. I was annoyed at the time. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't angry. Like, and I'm not angry with anyone now. If I'm honest, I had a blast. It was great, and I finished, I think, 6th. Did I say 6th or 7th?
Seventh in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'll take it.
More than that, it was great to watch you racing with Tony. It was a real pleasure for us, I tell you, to see you out there battling and having fun together. Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah,
you did him well tonight, I think. I think you can be well happy with the way things turned out. Clearly, it was an hectic old race, and I would have loved to have been out there as well. Honestly, it was fantastic fun.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Can you lend your lucky underpants to Jay Corley?
Yeah, he needs them, bless him, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not having a good time this season. I feel for him. I've seen him spin off literally in front of me the last 2 races, and then this time, I think I was a contributing factor to him going sideways. I don't know what happened to him after that, so I do apologise for that.
I think you were the hammer in the anvil, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was not much I could do.
No, I think you were just a passenger on that one. David Johansen, you need a poke in the eye, mate. I've already seen his message. Not funny. But yeah, we go to Mugello next time for an endurance race of 80 minutes next week. I know you've raced there before on multiple race games. Is that a track that you're looking forward to?
Is it the full track? Do we know? I think it is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I don't know if racing these cars for 80 minutes around the full track of Mugello was a good idea. I like it as a track.
Uh-huh.
Although to be fair, in the TCR, the first sector might be good. I've driven it in a few other cars. I've not raced on it. The last time I raced on it, I think was Forza Motorsport.
Right.
This is the better version.
Now. So yeah, it's just a track. I do actually enjoy it, and I like it, and I think it will produce good racing. The slipstream is should be pretty crazy into that first corner, and then everyone's going to outbrake each other, so everyone's got to be a bit careful of that. But should be good race endurance, like mixing it up. I don't think we've done one. Can't remember the last time we've done one. I'm sure we've done one at some point, but when it was GT4 and TCR, I feel, unless I'm imagining things. But yeah, it should be good fun. I'm sure more people will be back then the football will be finished. So to get like over 20 odd people with the football on, that's really good.
I mean, yeah, you've got to salute.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Very. Well, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Mugello?
Yeah, again, you guys are putting on the show. Appreciate you not moving it for the football like you did a couple of years ago at Chicago when I was going to have a really good race, but not that I'm bitter about it.
Not at all.
I still haven't done that track, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
Then my brother for showing up, Russ for showing up. I think they had good races. Russ got a bit unlucky in the first race.
Yeah, but he did all right in the second. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he did. Overall, they both did really well. I appreciate my brother to let me through, and like just to say to Naveed and Fiona, like, don't worry about it. Shit happens. I mean, stuff happens.
we'll edit that out. It's fine. Good job it's not live, or anything like that.
Yeah, sounds hard.
But yeah, again, very entertaining, if nothing else, and congratulations on your podium in the first of tonight's races. And hopefully we'll see you on the top step even more as we go forward. Multiple previous champion, Stephen Walker.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Thank you.
Well done, Stephen.
I don't know why I'm moving my mouse. I can't evict anybody, can I? You know, it's just.
Yeah, I'm going to evict myself.
Yeah, so I'm going to now yell as loudly as I can across the pond and say, Logan McKenzie, good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Oh, he's there.
How's it going?
Good evening, Logan.
I knew he was listening. So let's have a look at what you did in the first race. First race was very good. A double podium tonight, Alan. This is good.
Yes.
This is
good.
No.
Yeah. Especially on this track, I think that's really commendable.
It's showing a lot of talent. Even though you drove a lot of the race with no front bumper on your car, but we think that was just aerating the car, achieving a greater level of cooling. But third in the first race, you had to hold station behind Stephen, who couldn't do anything about Naveed. But you kept David Johansen, your own teammate, behind you, which I'm very proud of you for. Because he's always on at me about updating scores and things like that. So, but yes, very talented and controlled drive in race one, and you managed to avoid all the carnage, really, when you consider what happened to some in race two. Talk us through your two races.
Yeah, the first race was pretty straightforward. Ended up just kind of being a kind of just boring, to be honest, because David and I were on about the same pace. So the whole race, once I had that buffer back to him, was just, can I get my tires in a better condition than Stevens? And there were a couple laps where I started to cut into the gap, and I was thinking, well, there's enough time. And then, like he said, I think about 4 or 5 laps to go, he started extending the gap again, and then I picked up a slowdown, driving too hard. That was my only off track of the day, actually.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
But slowdowns are very easy to serve here. I think it cost me 0.3 of a second when it was like a 1 second slowdown. But that was it. You know, once he had the better tires, that race was over, because he is, I think, overall faster than me at the track as a whole. So I needed some kind of tire advantage to get at him, and once I lost that, it was done. But I mean, I'll take a podium. Never going to complain about that. Race 2 was much more of a, well, I know I have some pace, so let's just see what happens in front of us. Try and keep Steven and Naveed behind. And what actually happened was I had to drive incredibly aggressively on that first lap. I think I went 4 wide, and then a 3 wide happened in front of me. I feel like I gained a lot of positions on that first lap. I don't know how many. But then at the end of the first lap, I nearly spun Jay. And at the time, I got told it was front right. It was front end damage
on your car.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was the bumper coming off.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't realize the whole bumper come off. I had hit him with my front right, and I kind of thought, well, I probably just have like a dented fender. But apparently, it ripped the whole bumper off. It didn't feel like I was driving much slower.
No,
it was far from the only one tonight.
I
as
know,
well.
there's loads of them. There's about 4 cars with no front end on them at all. It's certainly, we get this with the brand new tracks, with people coming to them. It's just people pick different braking points and different lines into corners as they're learning the right lines and things like that. It's nothing new to us. 17 seasons later, and you know we're seasoned competitors. One thing we do need to talk about is well, on that point, you very maturely made your way through the field and gained yourself 2 podiums tonight, which is brilliant for yourself, brilliant for SRG Sim Racing Grid. So you've done your team fantastic in that regard. We need to talk about Alpha Touring cars. The Alpha Touring Challenge. We've already plugged it twice tonight already, but you're the guy in the know. Which night do you race on?
That's Monday nights at 9:30 Eastern time, American East Coast time. I'm not sure what shorthand you guys use to refer to that.
We use the confused look that I've got on my face right now to translate that. So we'll let everybody else at home convert that into British standard, British summertime, or whatever the hell we're on at the minute.
We don't
GMT
even know
plus
what we're doing
no,
ourselves in
not
our
got a
own
clue.
country.
What time is it,
Remind
Alan?
somebody
No
else's.
idea. We don't understand time. All we know is that we watched some great racing, and you can probably watch some equally great racing in the Alpha Touring Challenge, an American run race. You now know the day. You now kind of could work out the time.
Monday night's quiet night, a good night for going and racing or spectating.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll talk about doing a crossover event at some point in week 13, because I think that's a worthwhile.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I think it will.
That
I
would
think
be
it'd be
fun,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, people won't be able to understand one another because one half will be talking in American accents and the other half will be talking in British and European accents, and nobody will know what they're saying, so it'll just be carnage, but it'll be good fun.
The racing would be great, though, wouldn't
I
it?
think it'll be brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, someone's just called me babe on there. That's quite cool. Love it. But yeah, what a fantastic night's racing for you in terms of position, and hopefully in terms of excitement, and hopefully you're enjoying racing in this league, because we've been doing it now for a very, very long time, and we love it, don't we, Alan? This is our Wednesday.
The only reason, it's why I'm here.
It's why you're here, absolutely.
It's why I'm here.
Yeah. Are you enjoying it still, Logan?
I'm having a lot of fun. These inverted grids are a spectacle. I'm loving it.
That's got to be a euphemism for something else.
Yeah,
It
well, I
has
like
to
that very
be.
much. Yeah, a spectacle. We should
Yeah, spectacle. I'm gonna use that.
get that on a graphic.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, like my Pete's brain has gone to sleep one. I'm gonna do one that just says it's a spectacle. But no,
Feel like
go on.
it feel like less of a spectacle if Jay. I think it's been 3 times he's spun in front of me.
Yeah, he does that. He does that. He's good at it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got
Yeah,
life.
we would
Everybody's
like
got life
to see him do a
skills.
bit less spinning, wouldn't we? We'd
Yeah.
all appreciate that for the lad because he's a lovely young man, and I'm hopeless because I want to see you all do well. So,
Yeah, well, Stephen's going to lend him his lucky underpants, so hopefully he
that
won't.
will do the job. They're infallible.
Yeah, they are. They're bulletproof. Those underpants. They're brilliant. But yes, it's been fantastic watching you race again tonight. We go for an endurance race at Mugello next week. It's an 80-minute race. Hopefully Pete will set up all the things correctly this time. He's not managed it so far this season, so he's getting docked his pay as a result of that, but never mind. How does Mugello sit with you? Is it a track you race much? It doesn't matter where you are on the planet, but it's reasonably new to the service. Reasonably, I think it's about 3 seasons old, isn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't super familiar with it until it ended up on the Alpha Touring Challenges schedule. So we raced it. It was a 45-minute race. That must have been 6 or 7 weeks ago. So I'm fresh. I think it was the first track we raced on after they switched the tires over, actually. So it was a good test. There's lots of sweeping corners, so tire wear adds up. There's some really, really fun corners and sort of sections on that track. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 80 minutes, the tire management, the fuel management, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're going to be visiting the pits a couple of times at least. So it should be good fun. We can expect a double win from Logan then, can't we, Alan?
Well, I expect him to be here and racing hard, and
absolutely.
Anything else is a plus.
Yep, absolutely. But it's been, again, fantastically entertaining watching you race again, Logan. And we look forward to seeing you racing again next week. Anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I'll shout out Pete Newman. His pace, it's no accident he ended up 10 seconds ahead of everybody while they were all squabbling. Even after I cleared all those guys, I realized, oh, okay, I am not catching Pete. He's fast. So, that was a well-deserved win.
And very well said. Yeah, very well said. Magnanimous.
Peter, we're pleased to hear that. Honestly, that will touch him that you've said that. He will be delighted.
Yeah,
That's
that's
very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah. And we will, like I say, look forward to watching you race next week. Logan McKinsey, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
So next up, we will reach out to Christopher Smith. Do you have a copy, sir?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Yes,
we
are in Lédenon. We're in Lédenon.
Or should I say, mad? Mad indeed.
Yeah.
There we go.
Absolutely.
I did not have a good race tonight, boys, but yeah, I've been enjoying myself here in the league and just thought I'd pop in and say hello. I appreciate you doing it.
No, it's very nice to have you in here and saying hello.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying watching your team racing very much.
Thank you. Yeah, we're RD Simsport. Yep. Some of the we've got some other guys in the team who've done some higher quality or higher level stuff, but yeah, we're also, I don't know, we're probably about 20 members in our team. So
really, well, that's amazing. That's a substantial. That's almost like result territory. We've got 1,000,001 members as well. But that's great to hear.
Yeah, but yeah, been a bit of an uneventful night for me tonight. Unfortunately, I've been having major issues with my wheel and such like.
Oh, nightmare!
So here to
and
nightmare.
Fanatec a little bit and.
Tech's a nightmare when it's great when it's working, isn't it? But when it goes wrong,
it's a real struggle.
Struggle street on the equipment. So
I think we can all relate to that one, Bonnie lad. We really can.
Too right. What wheel is it you've got?
The Fanatec CSL DD, and it's just the buttons on the wheel. I mean, I don't know if anybody. I've been through all the usual FAQs, and I'm just waiting now on Fanatec support to respond to my many emails.
I wouldn't hold your breath if you fancy
No,
living. But
no.
is it the plastic thing that goes on across the back of your wheel?
I don't know what it is. It could be. I mean, it is, that's the plastic quick release, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, it could be something to do with that. But then again, for a metal one, they want 120 quid.
Yes, they do.
Thank you very much. Cha-ching.
Yeah.
And you got to buy one for the wheelbase as well now because they've
Yes.
changed the system to the QR2. So
Yeah, I've got
Oh,
DV2 and I've had occasional problems with it. Not that I'm any good. I just drive into walls mostly, or the wrong pit lanes, or the wrong pit box, or any of the other liturgy of things that I've done in the past, which make me the hilarity of BSTV. But you finished 11th in the first race, 4th in class, and you're hauling that Audi around in good order, to be honest. You've been usually racing against Stefan, who's in the other Audi for VTS. He's not here today. Probably watching the football. The other Audis are piloted by none other than Naveed Hussain, who is just on a different planet.
I was going to blame the Audi tonight, but then all of a sudden
Can't do
he's
now,
like,
can you? Switch your car, dude. Switch your car.
I can't.
Get your excuse this time.
It certainly was the car for tonight. That lift up the hills was very substantial, wasn't it? Good to see as well. It's nice to see that.
Yeah, the
The Audi drivers
squirt.
having a bit of joy.
Yeah, point and squirt from that Audi is very, very strong. But in the second race, we'll probably skip over that one. Yeah, what happened in the second race exactly? Did you get?
I was having issues. I ended up having an issue in race 1 where my shifters had stopped working midway through the race, and I got rear-ended by Rene, I think it was. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try and take it apart, put it back together again. I've got 5 minutes, no worries. So I get it all back together again, and it ticks 4:59.5, and it's grid time. So I was like, great, I've not even had time to try it. So jump in the car, get to the first corner, and it's like every turn of the wheel in game is about 3 on the wheel. I just can't turn it. It's gone, right. So I had to quit out the sim and go back into Fanatec support and everything, and it's set itself to 2,000 degrees of rotation rather than 900. And and then despite taking the wheel apart and putting it back together again, it's still the same. It's still misshifting and button presses are just all over the place. So it's a real struggle. I'm not enjoying it. But
right, okay.
The racing is fun in the league, and that's all I can say. And that's why I mean, maybe I'll put it on automatic. Who needs gears changes? You just let this sim do it for you.
Let's not do that. That's far less fun. Nicola Jeffrey on the chat says, good evening, gents. The racetrack is far more exciting than the footy pitch. So, we'll go with that.
Thank you, Nicola. I agree entirely, my dear.
Yeah, I love that.
Concur. It's most eminently true.
Yeah, too right. And Daniel had a fantastic race in the second one. What did he do in the first?
Oh, he's doing great.
Yeah, he did well in the first as well. 5th
He
place.
did. He had absolutely another stormy night. Well out of his class and performing so beautifully. Yeah,
he's doing very well. Yeah, he's quite new to the sim as well.
Really? Is he really? Yeah. That's amazing because Daniel's just impressed the hell out of me. I've got to say.
And me.
I've been driving out of his class every week. He has.
We might have to move him up because he's
I think he's
your.
Well, if you do move me into pro, it's because he's earned it and because he's got the pace, and that's if he hasn't been doing this long, that's sensational to be honest, because he's got really serious bit of pace there.
Where did you find him?
Around the back of some, ne'er-do-well biker garage.
Excellent. Excellent. That's where you find all the good stuff.
That's right. He does motocross, and he's one of these young lads as well who seems to have, all these hobbies and spare time, whereas dads with the spare. Exactly. What's that about? I've got 2 young ones. I've got a dog, and I've got all these other responsibilities, and I can just about get a couple of hours of practicing. But no, he came onto this track the first time this morning. He said so.
What?
Yep.
Alan,
isn't that just difficult?
Yeah, he has to go into the hate pot, Alan. There's a few people in there already.
Well, no, because I'm a bit of a fan, to be honest.
Well-
I've really been enjoying watching him race, and it's just impressed me so much.
Yeah, I'll
In
just.
fact, I gave him a driver of the night award,
You did.
and if
Yeah.
he's not careful, he's going to get another one off me.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. Anyway, glad that it sounds like you're enjoying racing in this BSTV league. And long may that continue. We've got Mugello next time as an 80-minute endurance race.
Never heard of it. Where's that?
Excellent. That's what we like to hear. It's going to be a tasty race then.
I'll be doing a couple of hours practice on the Tuesday night, I think,
Yeah.
and that'll have to do.
Yeah, between the dog walking and the kids. Yeah, okay.
It's an easier one to learn than this one is.
Is it?
Yeah, Mugello is nice and simple,
okay.
straightforward. Just a stack of third gear, super fast corners that make your eyes bleed.
Excellent. That sounds
Can't
like a
wait.
race that I want to watch. Anybody you want to shout out to, Christopher, before we let you disappear?
Not a lot. I mean, thanks very much to you guys for putting on the broadcast. It's good fun watching back. You are good commentators, and it's
Really?
enjoyable. I enjoy the banter as well. It's something you don't get a lot in these kind of things. Some are quite dry, and you guys are quite fun, so that's nice. And hello to all the guys in the league. Hello to RD Simsport and my long-suffering wife who has to put up with this nonsense.
Well done, Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, well done.
Congratulations to you.
What's Mrs.
You're
Smith's name?
clearly.
Anyway, all right.
Oh, no,
Thanks a lot, guys.
what's your wife's name? Can we take?
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yes, we like
Well,
Rachel.
thank you, Rachel,
Yeah.
for giving your hobby permission to race, because we know that's the way it is, and it's quite right as well.
No, that's great. And you're now our new favourite person because you said we were good commentators. Nobody's ever said that before. That's new. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you racing at Mugello next time. And it'll be a very exciting prospect all round. Great stuff. And we look forward to seeing you next time, Christopher Smith.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Nice one, Chris.
See you soon.
From one Chris to another, good evening to Chris Dixon.
Yes.
Good evening, gent.
Hello, sweetie.
Silently waiting in the background. Let me find you on track. Where are you? There you are. What did you do in the?
Just finish my whiskey.
Oh, right. I would. Or
I
I'll
just
finish
have
it
done.
for you. Oh, you have done.
I've just finished it. Yes.
not the whole
Well,
bottle.
calm down. The things. No. Goodness me. There's loads left in that.
In race one, good evening to Fiona as well. Let's do this.
Yes,
We've not done this for a while.
Yeah,
good
I'm
evening,
going
Fiona.
to die of thirst otherwise.
Well, maybe.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Yes, we are still in France.
Bonsoir. Oh, no, we're getting really bloody continental now.
Yeah, we
Sir,
are.
the continent.
Yeah,
Yes.
Tro continent. Yes, Tro. I'll talk to you first, Chris. In the first of tonight's races, you showed Fiona the right way around the track and finished one position ahead of her. However,
Kept reversing into me.
Why?
that's class. Oh dear. That's almost as funny as the bang juice thing, which I still laugh about, Fiona. I still laugh about that because that is just priceless. But in the second of tonight's races, Fiona schooled you and finished one place ahead of you in 19th. But yeah, you had you had some very interesting racing. We got to see a little bit more of you guys tonight because of the slightly reduced grid size. But most of the fighting was in the mid and towards the AM class positions in the field. It looked like it was a fantastically exciting pair of races for you. Let's hear from you first, Chris. What was your opinion of this track? Because that's got to be one of the first times you raced in anger around here, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Took a little while to get my bearings with it and keep it actually on the track.
Yeah.
But the first race wasn't too bad. Like Fiona said, I reversed into her twice.
Reverse into her, goodness me. That's the wrong idea, you know.
Yeah. And I had a little come together with Spencer as well when I'd give him room and I think he thought he cleared me and I couldn't go any further off the track, otherwise I'd have had an off track.
No. For me, that was Spencer's problem because
No, wait.
you need your bit of tarmac as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say straight away he apologised, which I
Ah,
yeah.
apologised as well. But till after the race, you don't really, you can't assess it properly, can you? So
no, not at all.
it was just one of them things. I tried to give him room to get past, and he thought he was past, and unfortunately, I just clipped him.
Yeah.
These
Well,
fast guys
two gentlemen encountering each other on the track, and you know,
think
honours even.
think they're in the track. These fast guys, don't they?
Well, he soon caught me back up, and I thought, right,
Yeah.
my breath, let him go.
Yeah. Give him room. But I mean, for a new track, that looked quite intense. In the second race, the pair of you had really fast drivers around you all race. They just didn't give you any quiet, did they?
No, it was good, but I think I jumped in the pits a couple of laps too early, and that's where Fee
Oh.
got me.
Strategic error.
Yeah, I jumped in early and then got caught up when the leaders caught me. So we were racing, and then I thought I was going to come past her down the pit straight, and she was 4 seconds or 5 seconds ahead of us.
Right.
Then Pete Newman went back in the pits again, and then come out behind me, so I had to let him go again. And a few of the others, so I did lose a bit of time, and then I sort of started to catch Fee back up, and I said, basically, I had Anthony Hilton 2 seconds behind me for the last 8 laps.
Yes.
And it was like, right, I've just got to manage that gap. So I was just watching behind me, and I said to Fee, we're catching you, so you better keep going, otherwise I can't just hold position. I'm going to have to sort of go for it. But yeah, we just perfect timing for the finish. So she just finished ahead of me by a couple of seconds, and I held Anthony Hilton behind us. So
No, and that's a tall order. Anthony's pretty quick.
he is, yeah.
He's topped the AM charts a couple of times, but you're actually up until we started this race, you are the AM class leader at the minute. So all eyes are looking at you, and that might be playing into how people are racing against you. We'll move on to Fee next. So first race, I saw you post, Fee. You don't like this track very much at all, do you?
Oh, I love this track. It's brilliant. I think we should have a full season round here and knock Hill.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gal.
Why do I not believe you? But yeah, bit of a rough ride in the first of tonight's races. What happened exactly? Because we did watch the replay of some of it.
Well, I see Chris's reversing lights come on, and then there's a big bang.
Fair enough.
I missed my braking point into the last corner on. Chris got away with it, and it gave me a meatball. So.
Oh, right.
Meatball, groan.
Yeah.
I pitted in and then just trailed round at the back to collect a few points.
Yep, and that's the way to do that. And then in the second race, like I just said to Chris, the pair of you really didn't get any quiet. There seemed to be fast cars around you the entire race. We saw some really good battles right the way through with you two, Anthony, and then Russell coming back through the field. Jay Corley was coming back through the field. Christopher Smith was as well. There was all sorts going on all the way through. I think at one point there was the leader had already lapped you, then pitted, then passed you again, or something like that. It was a busy old race for you two.
It was definitely busy, and I surprised myself because after some of the fast guys pitted and came out behind me, when they got past me, I hung on to them for 2 or 3 laps.
We were saying that, weren't we, Alan?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, stick it
well, I mean, it's the obvious thing to do. There's a bit of tow here, isn't there, Fee? And you want to, and I mean, it's near as what temptation. Somebody comes past you, you know, he's got 3 seconds a lap on you. You just want to try and hang on as long as possible, don't you? It's like, wow. Hey, so yeah, no, I think it's a great part of racing because it happens to me an awful lot, of course.
Yeah, it was brilliant fun battling with them for 2 or 3 laps until they broke away, and then
I thought you had great pace to that, actually, Fee. I thought you did. You know, you had to have some pace to actually be keeping in the toe. It's hard, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And at the end of race 2, there was only one car that had lapped us, so
Yeah,
that was
no,
good.
well, that was Pete, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he did a hell of a drive though tonight.
he did. He drove well.
We very rarely see you drop a lap. You nearly always finish on the lead lap. The only time you drop a lap is if someone's had to do an outstanding drive.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, you do. You do. I mean, really, because it's fast. It's a fast track. It is. People are pushing on all the time. I think you did very well. But it was a great watch as well. You'll enjoy the replay.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that when I'm having my supper.
Cool. All good stuff. So, starting with Chris, anybody you want to have a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, just the general usual people. Obviously yourselves for putting on a fantastic stream, and all the drivers for letting us.
Is that the same as saying that we're good commentators?
Oh no, you're fantastic commentators.
Oh my God!
Oh, he's our new favourite.
Yeah. But yeah, and obviously I had a good race with Fee and a few others tonight, and yeah, I always enjoy it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I love seeing those work cars out there. I love the livery. I love to see our livery out there. It makes me proud, and you represent our team in a way that makes me proud as well. So well done, matey.
Yeah, you really.
The pair of you, that counts for the pair of you, because I love to see those work cards out there. They look great. It's my team. It was made for me, and yeah, it's special, and you represent us so beautifully.
Yeah, it certainly is. Good team, fantastic team.
And Fee, anybody you want to shout out to?
Before I do, are you watching the football after the stream?
Me? No, not me.
Right, okay then. So I want to shout out to Wobbly. 2-1, buddy.
Brilliant
Yeah,
stuff.
you guys.
Were we playing Holland or something?
I think we were.
Yeah.
I don't know really.
We was, yeah.
Was it a game of football then?
Yeah, bag of wind.
Bag of wind, yeah.
Yeah, you guys for putting the stream on. Everybody who works hard in the background to make it all possible for us to rush about round here on the Wednesday night.
Was Johan Cruyff still playing?
Probably his grandkids.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's drawing his pension next month. No, but the pair of you, fantastic racing tonight. Right in the thick of it with so many people. I think that's one of the real treats of a track like this, is that you guys get to race and sometimes follow some of the super fast, and you can pick up racing lines and braking points and things like that from them. And that's what league racing's all about. It's not like the officials at all, where it's just rough your way to the front and see if you can win. Otherwise, you bin it and lose a load of safety rate. And this is something a little bit different and a little bit more controlled. So it's great that you guys join us and enjoy your racing with us, and join us every week for the interviews, because you're fantastic people to speak to. I find it absolutely brilliant that you're here and able to chat with us and create this community. Yeah.
Before I go as well, just so everybody knows, Chris and myself have copyrighted the last row of the grid. So if anybody goes on there,
you're going to have to fork out.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, we get points.
You get points. You're going to write that into the rules for next season. Yeah. Brilliant. Love it. That's fantastic, guys. In that case, we will look forward to seeing you at an 80-minute endurance race this time next week at Mugello, which is going to be a tasty prospect at the best of times. So expect to practice that pit lane entry a few times before you get there. Please do. Chris Dixon and Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Yeah,
good night, everybody.
Well done, folks.
Good night.
So, Alan, it's the end to a fantastic evening of racing.
Yes.
We've seen some remarkable performances. Pete Newman has absolutely schooled everybody in that second race. That was unbelievable pace. such fantastic reliability from him in terms of lap pace. Obviously, he's not accrued the 13x and 14x limitations that have slowed other people down in terms of their cautiousness. Logan McKenzie, that can't be ignored. Getting a third and a second around.
It's murder tonight, Pete. Honestly, it's murder.
I know.
It really is murder tonight.
Where do we pick him from?
I'm so baffled. I want to give one to Carl. I want to, this, it's just there's too many.
Yeah, Daniel Mills has topped the
Yeah,
Pro-Am charts twice. I mean, that's brilliant stuff.
Yes.
Simon Trendle got a podium in the second race, but his first race was, 7th. Do we expect more from Simon? I think we do. Just because of history more than anything else.
Matthias
has done well in the second race. He didn't do so well in the first one, though. So I think he writes himself off for the first race.
But he did a really great drive.
He did do a really great drive. He was calm at the front.
Yeah.
Because he had to pole. He had to lead from pole, and he did that for many laps. He did a good job. I think for me, based on what I saw tonight, I think Logan has done excellently well. He's got a third place in the first race and a second place in the second. For me, Logan McKenzie has done an excellent job of staying reasonably clean. He's taken damage along the route in the second race, but he said the first race was a bit follow my leader. But sometimes you've got to do that, It's about not overdriving the car. So my vote for tonight goes to Logan.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's so many worthy ones. I really think if you probably could give it to at least 6 or 7 people tonight. Tony deserves a mention. He drove brilliantly. I really want to give it to Cole, but I've got to give it to Pete for his outstanding drive. I do feel like I owe Pete half a shout anyway. He's done some really great drives, and he was outstanding tonight. He was just absolutely dominated that second race.
It was a remarkable performance, I have to say.
Just because he didn't make any errors.
No, and he demolished the whole field. At one point, he was 11 seconds in the lead. I mean, in this league, with people like Spencer, yes, he had a rough night, and Naveed, who had, by his words, a self-inflicted.
It's a plethora of very fast drivers in that grade, and Pete just held a lead, and they were we were the beneficiaries because they were scrapping like. But I mean, the race behind was fantastic. It was just non-stop battle and very exciting, and why we're here. But Pete just cruised along at the front, and fantastic performance.
Yeah, spectacular.
Among very many tonight. I think they really, everybody turned up to race, and boy, did they give us a show.
They really did. Absolutely well said. Okay, so on a night of slightly, and only slightly, reduced grid, we will bring this broadcast to a close. Thank you for everybody who turned up to race tonight. It must have been, for some of you, a bit of a clash of priorities with what else was going on around us. So I can only extend my thanks to you for coming and racing with us. Thanks to everybody watching and commenting in the chat. We love that. It's part of what makes our evening fantastic. Thank you to you, Alan, for joining me in the booth yet again, I should say.
You could try and say it, Pete.
I could try. I could make more of an effort as well. But yeah, it makes my Wednesdays all the more enjoyable for you being in here and keeping it the professional broadcast that it is. Well, apparently, because that's what we've been told twice tonight. We've got two new favourites.
Yeah, that was lovely, wasn't it?
It was. Shocking. But yeah, and stay safe, everybody. We will see you this time next week for Mugello, an endurance race of 80 minutes, and I'll hand you over to Alan so he can say goodnight to you as well.
Yes. Well, we'll rush this because I've still got time for another small snifter, I think. I've probably
Very
earned
good.
it tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, what a glorious night we've had. And we've seen some Bonnie racing and we've seen some Bonnie courtesy, some real everything that is good about this league has been on show tonight. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you all. And I'll see you next week.